All right. Starting again from the top.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Non-Standard Action, everybody. This is Threefold Conspiracy, Episode 3, Unusual Suspects. As our intrepid investigators dig into the mystery of the disappearance of Algaida Iom aboard the Chimera. This morning, we're going to do a little something extra with our introductions. You may have seen this already on Rise of the Star Lords on Thursday. Jet and I decided to use the same gimmick, which makes a channel-wide gimmick. So this morning, I'm going to have each of the players give me the answer to a icebreaker question in character. The question this morning is, you have to sing karaoke. What song do you sing? So tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what that song is going to be. Maybe a little bit of why, for the audience's benefit. Simon.
You got to start with me. Yeah, so this was a tough one for me. So I'm Simon. I'm playing Lasco. Lasco, I don't think he likes pop music. I tried to think of what characters that he is modeled after might like. So I was leaning towards something operatic maybe. But then I started looking into what opera songs exist, and they're all hella problematic, guys. Literally every tenor solo is about how this woman is beautiful and needs protecting. So I had a hard time landing on one. So I'm just gonna go with the most popular one, which seems to be Nessun Dorma from Turandot, which is,
of course,
about a dude and talking about how a lady needs protection.
It's a beautiful song, though. Love Nessun.
Yeah, it sounds good. It helps that I don't speak Italian.
Lasco just likes the sound of it, maybe, not the message.
Sure.
Oh. One Man Power Trip, thanks for the Twitch Prime subscription. We really appreciate it. Leaf, what about Iris?
Iris is curious if Lasco fully grasps the concept of karaoke, and would probably be singing something along the lines of oh gosh. You had to pick this one. No, because oh no, this is perfect. It's obviously that one song. It's literally just woohoo over and over again. That's the one. Least singing required if he's being forced into this.
Oh my god, I'm just trying to imagine though him going woohoo.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't actually be
woohoo.
Yeah, no.
Very flat affect.
Woohoo.
Totally flat affect.
Reading off of the card just with the mic right here. Woohoo. How many times does this happen? Woohoo.
3 minutes of this, Lord.
This feels like a prank that Adelaide pulled on Iris.
I did not fully understand what was happening when I came up here. I apologize.
Ghost says Werewolves of London is the least singing.
Yeah, see, that's still too many words, though.
You don't say werewolves.
What is a werewolf? And is that the only lyric?
Oh no, I'm talking about the song.
Werewolves of London.
Yeah. No, that's got a complicated. What do you even call those? I'm not the music teacher. Tom is. Talk to him about this stuff.
Tom, answer all of our questions for us.
What's those things in between? The thing, the main thingy.
Ooh.
The little thingies interspersed between the main thingy.
The interludes?
Chorus?
Instrumental interlude kind of thing. It's impossible to know what you're talking about.
Brain hurty.
Yeah.
Both of my monitors are now way too tall. Sorry, guys. I updated my battle station And now my camera is showing like the top half of my head every time I lean back in my chair.
You just got to sit up higher or put your chair up higher.
No. I also bought a new chair that lets me recline.
Oh, but then
Oh
you
man,
bend
those
it.
are the best.
Mm.
But then we can't see your face.
And that's what our fans are here for.
Came to the wrong place, my friends.
What you need to do, Leaf, is get a camera attachment that you can attach to the back of your chair, and then you just lean back, and we can still see your face.
Oh. But then you can
There
also
you
see
go.
my messy floor with all my dirty clothes on it.
You just
so,
have to
no.
clean the floor instead of your bed.
Oh, that sounds like too much work.
All right, Tom, what's Ogden singing at karaoke?
Hi, so yes, I'm Tom, and I do play Ogden. And Ogden probably in his heart of hearts, he likes to play it cool and stuff like that, and likes to, be reserved a lot of the time. But he would probably go for Secret Agent Man, because that's just that's
Oh
what he
my
wants
God.
to. That's what he wants to do.
Oh my God.
That's why he
That's
joined Division
adorable.
9.
That's good.
So,
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
so-
just it's a weird question for this gang. This gang is like way more serious than our
yeah.
last one was. God, what was the name of that AP?
Oh, last
With all
one.
the fire.
Ninden
Fire the
would
Sun.
obviously sing. He would obviously sing "Cheeseburger in Paradise."
Obviously.
For Burger Club.
Crow
How is that
suggests
obvious?
that the word you're
Oh,
looking for is sounds.
I think Harald would have gone with Modern Major General.
Yeah. All right.
It's not Lasco. It's Simon that doesn't comprehend the concept of karaoke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's very true.
Sorry, you're going to have to pick pop songs or nothing at all.
Oh.
yeah, karaoke's not gonna have these things.
Although I do hope someday we can hang out in real life and go to a karaoke bar and I can watch you order an opera song, because that is going to be the highlight of
man.
that.
I mean,
That
they
would
have. I mean, I've done
would
this
be
before, and I've always
beautiful.
been. I've done this before, and I've always been disappointed. Like, I flip through the thing, and I'm like, I don't know any of these.
Uh,
All the things
Yeah.
I
Yeah, you
listen
gotta
to
know- you
don't
gotta
have
know a lot of-
words.
you got to know a lot of classic rock.
Yeah,
We'll go somewhere in the
Okay.
city. We'll find
classic
something
rock,
to
yeah.
do.
All right, move on. Adelaide.
Adelaide, what does Adelaide sing for karaoke?
Well, let's see. So, Adelaide would like to sing the song I Get What I Want by Bittersweet, but it's less common, though more common, Everyone Wants to Rule the World.
Nice.
Everybody wants to rule the world. Maybe, kind of. I'm still settling on her voice. It hasn't gelled yet, and I'm upset about that. But
It'll get
I
there.
I have a posture for her. Like, I actually take my legs, usually I sit cross-legged on my chair. I take my legs down, I cross my legs, I sit up. Actually, it kind of cuts off my head sometimes on my camera, but that's Adelaide. If you want to peek behind the curtain.
It's
There
nice
you
that we
go.
can sort of see how people's demeanors change now that we have cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Pro tip: start every awkward karaoke session with Garth Brooks' "Friends in Low Places." Yeah, that's a
I don't
good.
know that one either.
I
There.
also considered that one for Adelaide because she does have a lot of friends in low places.
Who are you
But
talking about, Ms. Fortwith?
I have several clients on a waiting list.
Little on the
Surely.
nose, don't you think?
All right, are you guys ready for some Starfinder this morning?
Yes.
Bring it.
Yeah, I
Yes?
suppose so. Yeah, all right, whatever. It's fine.
I don't know. That's not enough excitement. I might have to just shut down the whole stream.
No, this is how I show excitement.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited. I just realized I'm out of tea, but I'm excited.
Oh my goodness, you guys. All right, so like I said, when last we left off, you guys had been asked by Professor Benjamin to look into the disappearance of Algaida Iom, the security chief on board the Chimera. This was just after breakfast on your second day in the drift. Previously, you had 5 days in the drift, but the thrusters are down, so that's weird. Captain said not to worry about it, but it is looking like your trip will be longer than expected. So you got plenty of time to try and figure out where Algaida's gone, what might have happened to her.
And what happened to these thrusters?
That is not part of your mission, but you might discover that along the way.
And what exactly is a thruster, anyway?
It's a thing that maneuvers you through the drift in the correct direction.
Hmm.
Sorry, that was probably a rhetorical question.
It was mostly for the goof, but thanks for answering.
So yeah, what does this group do to get started looking into this mystery? I assume you've left the professor's room. You guys asked him, I think, all the questions you wanted to ask him last time. Is there anything you need me to fill in before you get to investigating?
What I figure happens is that as soon as we leave the professor's cabin, Adelaide immediately begins striding down the hallway towards her own cabin and just assumes that everybody will follow, because usually they do. She just looks like she knows where she's going.
Lasco knows this maneuver and follows.
So, are we not going to discuss what we know before we go off and split up and search in different directions?
We can discuss in Ms. Fortwith's room.
Yes, I was...
Thank you for the invitation.
I open the door to my quarters, and I hold the door for everyone to go in.
Ogden nods on the way in.
Once everyone is gathered in the room, Lasco will say, I'm glad that all of you have agreed to do this investigation. I don't really have a lot of faith, admittedly, in the captain, as he has not demonstrated a lot of control over his staff so far. Marshal Iteration 13, do you have any ideas as to how you'd like to proceed in this investigation? This seems like your wheelhouse.
Best to begin with questioning figuring out and questioning the person who saw her last. And I might have an idea of who that is.
And whom would that be?
And Iteration 13 just kind of looks around the room and says, what do any of you know about Trostanek?
I did see him wink on the way in. That's about all I know about Trostanek. But he did make a wink.
We all got that little wink.
Did we? I thought I was the
No,
only
actually,
one that
he was
saw
the
it.
only one who caught it.
He was the only one that caught it.
Okay, well, that was never said.
It was, but
I was the only one who made the perception check. But
No, I mean, I didn't say what I just said. Carry on.
So then Ogden will bring up, in terms of interesting or interpersonal relationships, Trostanek and the security officer, Algaida, do seem to know each other, with Trostanek having made a wink as she was checking his boarding pass.
The mercenary has a... Sorry, what's the word? Has a reputation for affairs. How do you know that he was the last one to see her? Iteration 13.
Well, I don't know that he was necessarily the last one to see her. He was just the last one I saw with her.
And what were they doing?
Iteration 13 ponders for a minute, considering whether or not to fill these folks in on this, and decides it might be better to work with people with certain skills, and kind of eyeing Ogden specifically, and mentions the conversation from last time, which was essentially just a suspicious hushed back and forth about something being too dangerous to do.
Also, out of character, didn't when you asked her about that conversation, didn't she like claim that it was nothing but then use we? There was a pronoun thing in there about like, oh, he wanted me to store some cargo or something like that. But then during the conversation, it had been our plan or something like that.
Yes.
My research didn't show any pre-existing relationship between Trostanek and the security chief. This is highly surprising.
Yes, well, we can't know everything all of the time.
This does imply... Oh, continue.
Oh, perhaps the relationship is new. A honeymoon phase.
Yes. This does imply with Iris's information that they have some sort of plan, at least some relationship, be it intimate or otherwise.
Marshal, do you believe it's necessary to speak with the captain before we interrogate his crew?
Who says it's an interrogation? We're simply stopping by to have a chat.
If they report it differently, it could weaken our position upon the ship.
Yeah. With a look at Adelaide, Iris says, yes, it would be proper to inform the captain what we are doing before we begin.
Mr. Laszlo, I know that you've hired me to care about the way that others perceive you, but sometimes it simply isn't worth it to give a fuck.
I understand that, Ms. Forthwith. I do not believe this to be an example of that.
Very well, we'll play by the rules for now.
So then, should we speak to the captain first before we begin our investigation? I was thinking that it might also be a good idea to start in the crew quarters anyway.
Well, we'll be good little boys and girls and androids for now. Let's head that way.
Laska will nod and, I guess, lead the way towards, where would the captain be? The bridge?
Generally, yeah, that's where captains are found.
Right.
You guys can get up to the upper deck just fine without facing any locks or trouble or anything. But as you head down towards the bridge, you're stopped by Lozupa here. Oh, what are you? You shouldn't be up here. What are you doing up here?
Oh, I got this. Iteration 13 flashes their steward's badge and says, "Official steward's business. There's been a disappearance. I must speak to the captain immediately."
Oh, well, the captain has asked not to be disturbed.
That is unfortunate. He will have to comply or face serious criminal penalties.
Out of curiosity, why did he ask not to be disturbed?
He didn't say. He just said that he wasn't to be disturbed. I can let him know you're looking for him, but...
Here comes an intimidate check.
Laska will try to assist.
I'm just going to let you guys know here, you're going to hit a brick plot wall here.
Ah, dang it.
Okay.
So...
Another one of them locked doors.
That would be most agreeable then, if you would just let the captain know that we're looking for him. We apologize for taking your time.
It's fine. Is there anything I can do to help you, maybe? In the meantime?
When was the last time you saw security chief? Crap, what's her name?
Algaida.
Algaida.
Oh, goodness. Must have been last night sometime.
Where was this?
Just around. I think I saw her in the hallway. Nothing unusual.
Were you going to your quarters, or was she headed in a different direction?
I suppose we were both sort of just getting ready to bed down for the night. Or at least I was.
Did she look like she was getting ready to go to bed? Does she wear fancy slippers?
I don't think Algaida's the type to ever wear fuzzy slippers.
Who's she closest to on the ship?
Algaida? Well, no one really. I mean, the crew basically liked her, but she was a rough customer.
And when did she
so?
join? When did she join your crew?
Long before I did.
Okay.
Was a rough customer. What did you mean by that?
Well, I mean, Song and Algaida have gotten into a few shouting matches in the past, and Algaida and Grath used to be close, but for some reason they stopped talking. But you know how it can be on these long voyages, cooped up with the same people, day after day.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You've been very helpful. As we walk past and, get out of earshot of her, I'll be like, we should also consider talking to Grath about why they are no longer close friends.
I agree. That was who I would suggest next as well. And we do seem to have inroads with Song now that we helped him out, or I should say Iris helped them out with the hobgoblins, or you know what I mean, hobgoblins and goblins.
Nick,
You guys are in the area of the crew cabins now. The doors aren't marked in any way, but you could very well ask Lozu to show you which one.
Was just gonna say, yeah. Since we're in this area, before we leave, iteration 13 will turn and ask, which of these rooms was the security chief's, by the way?
It was that one there. Why?
Because this is now an active steward investigation, and I will need access to this room as it is part of the crime scene.
Well, that wasn't very polite, but give me a diplomacy check anyway.
Can I assist?
Does it have to be diplomacy?
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of a bluff.
Okay.
He's lying about this.
It is sort of a bluff because you haven't been authorized. But I mean, it's also like stewards aren't going to get authorization the way police officers do. Police officers have the benefit of telephones, which steward officers do not out in the drift. They sort of need to be able to start their own investigations, especially on a starship, because the only way to get information to Absalom Station is to get there through the drift.
Right.
So
okay,
you have to physically go back and then say, "Hey, there's been a disappearance on this ship. Can I investigate it?" And then go back to it would.
And then the trail's cold. Yeah.
Right. So this isn't even illegitimate, right? Like marshals probably have the authority to start an investigation like this without checking in. Otherwise, they'd never be able to do anything.
Right. It's not entirely his jurisdiction, but he could make a strong case. Oh, that's not a good diplomacy at all. Iteration.
It's only a 4.
That's a 4.
Natural 2. Toot.
I rolled a 12. Oh, can I do a sense motive to see if she's been telling us everything?
I already acted like you got it.
Okay.
Because you asked the right questions. So, Yeah, at that, she says, well, it's sort of, I mean, it's her room. I can't really just let you in.
That's all right. I don't require you to do
Someone
anything.
else want
And
to try
Iris
to
just
be a
gonna
little
go
bit
ahead
more
and walk up to the door and open it.
locked.
Um,
Lasco will try to interrupt. First mate, I believe that you fail to grasp the gravity of your situation. The marshal is duly appointed to investigate disappearances as he sees fit, and if he has to include you in the report as being a blocker in an investigation, it will not reflect poorly. It will not reflect well upon you or your ship or your captain. Is that genuinely what you want? That's a 23 intimidate.
Ogden, Iris, one of you is sense motive. Adelaide.
oh yeah. I got a sense motive for you.
I
should
sure
probably
do.
put my character sheet.
Yeah, you're going about this all wrong. The first mate is a very empathetic kind of human being. Like going at her with official, we're gonna prosecute you is just not the best way to get her to do what you want her to do.
Okay.
So
then
then,
She starts
can I step in?
crying when Lasco says this, by the way, and
Can I
runs
step
off.
in then? And can I play good cop?
Sure.
I'm so sorry, first mate. My employer, he can be a little rough around the edges sometimes, and I take like a kerchief out of my sleeve and offer it to her. It's very fine silk.
Lasco does not react to this.
Takes it and sniffs into it. I'm just trying to do my job.
I know, and
Everyone around here is. Why does people have to be this way? My friend is missing.
I know.
You don't even care. You just want to tear things apart.
I'm sorry that it sounded that way. I'm very concerned about the security chief. That's why it's so important that we be able to look through her things. We want to make sure that she's safe.
All right, now you give me a diplomacy check.
All right. Let me see. Where are you going? No, it's not rolling. Come on.
Come on, roll 20. Oh, Nolan.
Theater of the mind. I see a nat 20.
That's not the way the mind works. I'm pretty sure Adelaide will get this.
I'm gonna just reload
because, yeah, because she showed some compassion. Sorry, I had to give you guys some way to figure that out because otherwise
Thank you.
hear this.
Also, it looks like Reese has decided to give us a nat 20.
Huh?
Oh, Root has given us a nat 20.
Oh,
We got to make that more expensive, Nick.
We've got to make that more expensive.
I mean, it takes about 4 hours of watching if you're not a follower to get a nat 20 for you guys. So it takes pretty much a whole show. If you are a follower, it takes about half a show.
But that's still like 10 nat 20s a show. But this is not the place to discuss the nat 20 thing.
That's true. Anyway.
I'm sorry, my computer's a potato.
Moved by Adelaide's compassion. All right, I mean, if you're gonna try and find her, I suppose.
It's a 21.
Nice, yeah, that's more than enough. You needed a 12.
Oh my god, you guys!
Because you got a circumstance bonus for being nice and saying you were actually concerned about the security chief.
I'm very good at that.
Says, I suppose you can have the key card to the room.
Thank you so much, and I'll get it right back to you.
All right. Sniff. Sniff.
Ding. So we open the door.
Made a girl cry. Lasco, are you proud of yourself?
He's done worse.
Lasco's done worse, but he's not proud of himself. If that's better.
Yes. So now you have the security card. Give me a quick. Who's going to open the door?
Uh,
I assume the marshal, but he seems to have left his computer.
Well, Adelaide has the card.
Yeah.
Yep, Adelaide has the card.
Adelaide, give me a perception check.
Oh, that is not Adelaide's bag, sadly.
You could use
ooh,
your
and it shows.
Oh, I used my nat 20. I used my nat 20. Cause
what does the nat 20 give you?
Looks like a 22.
22.
22. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So sticking the key card into the lock, you don't notice until just like as you pull it out, you see the trap that's been rigged to the handle.
It was trapped.
The door was trapped. If I let you
Oh,
all
no.
look, you'll find them every time. It just sort of, ruins the fun a little bit.
And I mean, we had no reason to expect this to be trapped.
It's true. So, Adelaide, give me a
Reflex?
Oh no, this is against your EAC actually.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Her EAC is 13.
Her EAC is 13. Let me roll this real quick. I should have.
I don't even get a reflex save?
No, it's an ice carbine has been mounted on the far wall. And as the door swings open, it takes a pot shot at you. And a 21 is, I imagine, going to hit your EAC.
Good God.
And that's going to do 18 cold and piercing. Ow.
Oh
Ow.
my God.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. 18.
Does that take you out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. Well, you do have all your hit points back.
I do have all my
the
hit points
next-
back.
Yeah.
But
So you're
it doesn't.
14, so you're not dead, but you were on the
All right.
floor.
Yeah.
Unconscious and
It's like-
dying.
I want you now to imagine this scene. Thank you so much. We'll get this card right back to you. Wipe, beep.
Ogden, quick as a whip, kneels down on the floor next to her and tries to like stabilize her
I'm so glad we've got a doctor in the house.
with a medicine check. Yeah, it's fun being the doctor. I'm glad I'm the doctor. No,
Iris,
that's a nat one.
Oh no!
For a 10.
you only need a 10 to stabilize, though, right?
Oh, good. Okay. Then I stabilize.
Also,
You don't.
also
crit
as this is
checks. Yeah.
as this is happening, Iris draws his rifle and aims it at the lady that's standing there and orders her on the ground immediately.
Oh no. Oh god. Poor
Wait, the first
Tozu.
mate?
Lozu.
The first mate. She had the card. She obviously set up this trap on the ground immediately.
Oh. Lasco will quickly put a hand on the
Don't
marshal.
interfere with Steward. With Steward protocol.
I mean, I realize it's a mistake, and we're about to have a scene where Lasco realizes this is a mistake.
Oh no! Why are you this way, Iris?
Marshal, I don't believe that this is necessary. I'm sure she will stay here without having a gun pointed at her.
Marshall, you know that the girl is
I sort of figured she'd already gone back to her room and left you guys to do your thing.
That just happened
like-
so quickly. I assumed she was still there.
Wash her face. Her room is, I mean, there's 6 doors here, all within, what's that, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. It takes you 3 seconds to walk 30 feet.
Yeah, I mean, they also might hear it, right? Because there was a loud blast and then a scream.
Yeah. So Loza will probably pop her head back out of her room where she went to try and, regain her composure after being
And then promptly
threatened
loses it
in her home. And then promptly lose it again. Yep.
Ogden will look up from Adelaide and say, Marshall, this is no time to be pointing weapons at girls that you've already scared witless. I read her, I know that she's probably not capable of something like this.
Oh, you know. Okay.
Just put the gun down. There's no point pointing a gun at somebody right now. What is she? Do you see? She doesn't have anything in her hands.
You're a loose cannon, iteration 13.
You sound just like my ex.
Oh gosh.
So after the protests, what does iteration 13 do? Is he maintaining his threatening stance?
Hearing
I don't know, Nick.
the sobs from the hallway, a couple and the shots, a couple of other doors open. You see Grath poking out of his room into the hallway. Like, what the fuck is going on out here?
She meant Pronk.
That's what I'd like to know.
I guess Laska will try to take control of the rapidly escalating situation. Ladies and gentlemen, there's been an incident. The door to the security chief's room was trapped, and a passenger was knocked unconscious. The marshal needs all of you to remain calm, but ready for our remain in your rooms to be ready for our questions. Since there has now been a disappearance and also an assault.
Yeah.
Grass door closes. Lozu, is, on the other hand, is visibly disturbed. Trapped? Who would have done such a thing?
For goofs, can I make another sense motive check on her, or am I just? I'm confident that she's sincere.
You guys are pretty confident that like Lozu comes across to all of you as an honest individual.
Okay.
She's not putting off any signs to any of you that she's trying to deceive you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
She seems like she's legitimately was just trying to do her job, and then
and is just having a bad day.
And
at work.
everything
She's
fell
having a terrible day.
Yeah.
Then you guys did this.
yeah, big say, man. All right. Why don't you go back into your room, and we'll let you know if we have further questions. First mate.
All right.
Ogden will try and treat deadly wounds next on Adelaide. Now that she's sort of stable. Hey, that clears the DC 20.
Nice.
So you get your character level 1 hit points back.
Guys, level 1's the pit.
The worst.
But that does make you conscious, and he stabilized you, and then he made you conscious. Oh, nice. Jet gave you guys another nat 20.
Hey, thanks, Jet.
Thanks, Jet.
Thanks.
What happened?
Miss Fortwith, you might want to remain lying down for now. Maybe if you feel ready, you can sit up and lean against the wall. You were shot by a gun that hit you very hard.
Oh, I feel awful and cold. Just hang out of a blanket.
In my room, I got the same standard blanket as you all, I think. It might...
Alaska will grab the blanket from that room we just opened up, confident that there's no more traps.
No. One of you guys, can one of you guys like give me your coat or something?
Oh yeah, that's a gentleman with it. Yeah, Laska's would not fit you. It can maybe go around your shoulders.
Oh my god, that'd be so cute.
Ogden will,
it's like a little bolero.
I don't think Ogden has a suit jacket on though. That's the thing. He's wearing
He's got a lab jacket over his arm.
he's got a lab coat on basically.
No, it'll be cute. It'll be cute. Laska will frown briefly and take off his unbutton and take off his overcoat, showing like his like nice white button down shirt with pleats, and like drape it across Miss Fortwith's, I guess, neck like a scarf, a tiny scarf.
It's not
half
that
cape.
small. It's like a bolero.
Sure.
I just kind of clutch it.
Wordlessly.
Well, that was awful. Are there any other traps in the room?
Mr. Lasco just wandered in there. No, he didn't.
No,
So I'll scan the room for traps with a perception.
I will as well.
yeah, you open the door
Reasonable thing
and
to do now.
percept.
So 23.
Inside, you the rest of the room looks neatly kept. You don't see any other traps. You do notice there's a hollow picture on the desk. But otherwise there's not a whole lot of note from just like looking from the door. So
Okay. So I intended to walk in with my perception.
you wanna walk in and start looking through things?
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
that.
Confident that there are no traps.
We don't want to deactivate this other one first.
Not my bag, man.
Does somebody want to look more closely at the trap? Make sure it's not going to go off again.
Oh, to rearm it. I see. That's a
Disarm it.
good question.
To
see if like
disarm.
to see if it'll reset.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
I
Sure.
had naively assumed it was one of them one fire.
Never assume that.
A lot of them are. Who's trained in engineering?
That's a big no from everybody.
Oh.
No one
we
is
forgot.
trained in engineering.
We
Oh,
this is
you guys
awkward.
have no idea, but it doesn't.
Guys, I'm
look
gonna
like
move some numbers around real quick,
Okay.
please.
the wall. Actually,
Oh, I've got an idea.
would
I've got an
someone
idea.
like to be trained in engineering? Hold on.
Huh?
Would someone like to be trained in engineering? Would someone like to move some ranks around?
Who makes the
I think
most
that's
sense?
what Simon's doing.
Yeah, Lasco kind of makes sense given his background. Do we have someone else in computers?
No.
Okay.
I don't
Plan
have.
to-
I have no
later.
skills to say. Like
Yeah, you
Adelaide
put a little
is.
witch warper. Nobody expects you to have a
Oh,
lot of
wow.
Oh
skills.
my gosh.
You just got
guys
magic spells, okay?
Yeah.
Threefold
in that
conspiracy. It's a bunch of faces. What do you expect?
in that case.
Oh my god.
I was going to have Adelaide ask though. Perhaps someone could call the ship's engineer. Have him take a look at it.
That's not a bad idea.
This is a problem that we need to solve, though. Someone in the party needs engineering.
Then you take an engineering then, Simon?
Sure, but I need to remove it from something else.
I see.
So the only thing I can think of is none of these make sense. The only thing that I can think to move is computers.
Oh, bummer.
No one else has computers either.
Yeah, we need somebody with computers.
I can remove perception, I guess. Ogden has that.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
You do have a detective and a secret agent. I think they have perception covered.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird for this like former street rat mob boss to not have perception, but I can survive because I have survival. All right, so Lasco will take a look at it.
Lasco,
with
so
engineering.
you're all looking at this thing, and thinking, "Oh man, I don't know anything about engineering." But then suddenly, Lasco realizes he does know something about engineering, like out of the blue. Like he could have sworn he didn't know anything about engineering this morning, but he does now.
Oh, we're making it a in-game thing. All right.
Yes.
Lasco tries not to make a big deal out of it. He plays it cool as a cucumber.
But you definitely did not know anything about engineering this morning, in character.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just saying Lasco is too cool as a cucumber.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Let me take a look at it. And I roll a 13, so maybe I still don't know anything about engineering.
Oh, you just needed to be trained. You can remove the Sub-Zero carbine from the wall. It has 10 charges left.
Is that a long arm or a small arm?
That's
I
a
believe
small long arm. Carbine is a long arm.
I think it's a long arm.
Yeah, because Mouse used it, if I recall correctly.
That's right. Funnily enough, don't we all use pistols now, friends?
Are you all pistol people?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Irish people
Iteration.
Oh, that's right,
Iteration 13.
because he's a soldier.
That's okay. Yeah. All right. Good. So,
Marshall, would you like to keep a hand on the weapon?
Indeed. We'll take this in for evidence.
Meanwhile, Ogden, I know, was searching the rest of the room and definitely made these perception checks. You find a small paper notebook that appears to be an old-fashioned account ledger. It'd probably take about 30 minutes to go through the whole thing, which you guys can definitely do. You also, like I said, you note the hollow picture. Here, let me show you that hollow picture.
yeah, who's in it?
Yeah, now that you have a minute to look at it, this hollow picture here. Show to everyone.
Yo, I clicked that perception check 5 minutes ago when Ninden did his, or when Ogden did his.
Oh,
Why is it
gosh.
just not popping up? Okay. I'm gonna go figure out my interwebs real quick. Hold on.
All right. So I'm seeing.
So this
Oh,
hollow picture
interesting.
is of a young Riforian man at an archaeological dig. It appears to be Triaxis. I'm not sure what in this picture screams Triaxis, but apparently it does to someone from the Pact Worlds. The man in the picture, you all can tell, bears a familial resemblance to Algaida. But that other guy in the background, you all recognize much more clearly as Professor Brodent Benjamin, although younger and without a goatee. There's also a data pad on her desk.
So
This handout,
hack it.
there is a shiny link on
Pop
it,
it.
that will bring you to a fun little hacking simulator.
Oh no.
no.
All right, let's see how the Streamlabs handles this.
I realized I meant to bother Simon about, but it's in Chrome.
Hold on, it looks good. It looks good. Look at that.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's in Chrome, so it should just come up in a new tab right next to your Roll20.
But I don't know how to use this.
Well,
do I just press hack? I'm gonna press
Alright.
hack.
Do it.
It's already unlocked.
Yep, that node is unlocked. So it looks like you have some messages there. You
Where?
click on the
here.
messages.
And then, I don't have a password.
Oh, you'll have to hack it.
Oh, how do I? Oh, I see. I enter the result over here. Okay, this
Mhm.
makes sense. This is interesting.
You can actually roll in here too if you want. If you want to put your bonus in with the up down on the left, it'll roll for you as well.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, so my bonus is a
Interesting.
5.
If I click on this link, sidebar, I'm going to start at the beginning, right? So there's no point. I should just watch it on the
I
stream.
get a,
Yeah, I think you will start at the beginning
so I
Okay.
get a 7. Do I press enter and see whether it explodes?
and press enter, see what happens.
I'm having trouble hacking this. I guess I'll try hacking it again.
Did you
Oh wait,
try?
no, we got that nat
to-
20. We got that nat 20 from Jet. Let's just use that.
Yes, and
Okay.
from we didn't use roots either.
Oh, you're right.
Well,
So
which
anyway,
one are you using? Who are we thanking?
Root, the older one.
Yes,
All right.
thank you, root.
All right, so that'll be a 25.
Okay, so you can. Just
Oh, that
put it-
is enough. Hooray!
Sweet.
Now I get a password. It's already unlocked.
Now that folder is unlocked.
Oh, I see. All it does is
So you-
unlock this one.
There's,
So inside of- Yeah, you've gotten into like her messages folder, and most of this stuff is just everyday ship stuff. There's nothing really interesting. But what is interesting is that other folder that's locked.
Directory 02, an ominous name.
Ominous
Oh, there's a
name.
password. I don't know it. Let's hack it.
Hey Nick, was that Sub-Zero Ice Carbine?
Let me.
Try to roll it. Got a
Yeah, try
19. Really? This is a high DC.
It is a high DC. That was a Sub-Zero Ice Carbine leaf.
All right.
Oh no,
we-
you've been locked out.
Oh, really? They're additive? I thought it was per node.
They are additive.
I see.
So you're locked out for data pad for 24
All right.
hours. Gives you a
Oh, gross.
little shake and locks you out for 24 hours.
Try
I'll need-
again later.
It's a
I need
data
more
pad.
time to get through this, and let's go pocket it.
Okay. Take a look at this picture. That looks
It
like
looks like-
Professor Benjamin.
It is Professor Benjamin. Why didn't... Do you think he doesn't... Do you think he's unaware that Algaida is an old friend of his daughter?
I think. Wait, Algaida? No, not his daughter. He's friends with with her father.
That's what I meant.
Okay, yes. I think that is too big a coincidence to be a coincidence.
I have to
Perhaps.
agree.
Perhaps we could ask Professor Benjamin. Perhaps there's more to this. More to him wanting us to look into this.
Yes.
Um,
I suppose we'll take the hollow picture as well. And we've finished ransacking the place. We don't think there's anything else.
you do one last sweep. Give me one more set of perception checks, just to make sure you're thorough.
Which I'm suddenly way worse at.
Yeah, you notice that you're not as good at perception as you were, but you're suddenly.
Oh, iteration.
I could have sworn you were
Yo.
better at perception 10 minutes ago. Oh, yeah. So Iris, as they're looking at the data pad and stuff, you're doing one more sweep of the room, and you find a partially loose ventilation grate under the bed. The grate and the duct
Okay.
behind it are about 1 foot wide and 6 inches tall. Only the smallest of creatures could fit through it, but a residue coats the bottom of the vent entrance.
Yeah,
Residue.
we
Doctor, do you recognize this?
Iris will go ahead and call Ogden over for
Someone with life science.
for some life science checking with he also does have a chemilizer built into that thing.
Yep. Yes. So
Take
yeah,
out your
I'll
tricorder.
take a little sample of it and stick it in my chemilizer.
Mhm.
Does the chemilizer give me a bonus to identify things, or?
It gives you a bonus, but I can't remember what kind of bonus it is. I just had my book out too. Let me look it up for you real quick. Go ahead and roll your
Okay,
dice
thanks.
while I'm looking this up for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Give me
Roll
a life.
the
Ugh,
math.
That's only a 14.
Sadly, the chemilizer is only for drugs, medicinals,
Okay,
poisons,
that's what I thought.
other chemical substances. So it doesn't help you on this roll. But it does come back that it's not one of those things.
That's helpful, I suppose. Rule things out.
But
I'm sorry, what is it not again?
It is not a drug, medicinal, poison, or anything like that.
Or hold on, no, what was the last thing? There was one other thing in there.
it's drug, medicinal, poison, or other chemical substance. So it's biological, whatever it is.
Okay.
But you're not sure what it is. You could take some more time to analyze this. You're not
I would love that.
precluded from doing that. So if you wanted to take a 10 or a 20 on this, you could.
Yeah,
How
I'll
long will that take?
roughly 20 minutes, right?
Oh, yeah, just do it.
Yeah, while somebody else is scanning through the notes, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe Adelaide could look through
'cause-
the ledger. That seems right up her alley.
That was said to be about 30 minutes. Oh yeah, the ledger for Adelaide, absolutely. So yeah, Ogden will take 20 on that and say, give me some time to work on this in my microlab. I need to study it. Seems to be
Gets out a
biological
few
in
beakers
nature.
from his pocket and starts pouring between them.
They're comically small.
All right, so we're analyzing that. Who wants to look at the ledger?
I'll look at the ledger.
Okay.
Can I
and
use...
That'll take
Yeah.
about 30 minutes to look through. So meanwhile, Lasco and Iris, you have some time to kill while these two are busy with their academic pursuits.
Yeah, I was considering going into that grate, but that sounds like splitting the party.
Would you
Unless
fit into a 1 foot grate?
Lasco is tiny, and he's fit into such small
He's not
things.
tiny. He's small.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. But he has fit in. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure. What is it, an acrobatics check? Like Lasco was born on the streets. He has had to sneak into places and steal from things in his youth. This seems like something that he would be apt at.
Like you were about to give me some sort of special ability that you had. So, do you have some sort of special ability?
Yeah, that's a good question, Nick. And the answer is no, not yet.
You cannot squeeze through there. Squeezing is through a space that is at least half as wide as your normal space. So it has to be at least 2.5 feet for you to get in, even though you are small.
I see.
Look, he's put on a little bit weight. He's getting a little
still
softer on
take
the
up
middle.
You still take up a 5 foot square, sadly.
You're not
He's
a little pup
playing,
anymore.
Yeah, well, he's still he's too used to playing Astrozoans, who can squeeze in spaces up to a quarter of their size.
Yes.
You're muted, Simon.
And there was a feat I was considering taking that would also do this, the Yosoki thing, but I do not have it yet. Nor will I for 2 levels. We'll be out of this book. Doesn't even matter.
Well, Blasco's looking at this grate and thinking about trying to squeeze into it and deciding that he really can't. It's just too small, and not to mention that goo is gross looking, and it looks like it goes down.
Yes, that was also a hesitation.
So what would the two of you like to do with your time? Iris?
I feel like because Benjamin didn't tell us that he actually had any affiliations with this family, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do not believe he did. Yeah. I think bringing this hollow photo, and confronting him about that might be the next course of action. What do you think, Lasco?
From a meta-narrative perspective, I don't think we want to split the party.
You guys can
or we can
like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or we can sit for half an hour and wait for these guys twiddling our thumbs.
Right, like we don't have to. The camera doesn't have to zoom towards that. We can just not do something for half an hour, right? The TV show doesn't. A TV show doesn't show all characters doing something interesting at all times.
But what would Lasco want to do? Would he want to sit there for a half hour?
No, but all right, fine. We can go talk to the professor.
Do it.
Very good.
So let me get to that section. Really, all you guys have to do is go back downstairs to talk to the professor.
Yeah.
I imagine these two just sort of hang out in Adelaide's room and do their thing.
Yeah, we all go back down there in their rooms, so they're within
Ogden would also like to real quick before that starts. Ogden would also like to shut the door to Algaida to Algaida's room to maybe perhaps I don't know, catch somebody coming back, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, no. Iris will go ahead and use his official crime scene tape to tape off the door.
No, because then somebody coming back will know that something has happened. Ogden is thinking,
I feel like the scream and the passenger getting shot
and the blood.
Blood. I cleaned up the blood.
The janitor bots cleaned up the blood. What are you talking about?
There are no janitor bots.
You gotta clean up your own blood on the ship. That's horrible.
Job.
Wow, this is terrible service. Not even any blood removal.
There shouldn't be any blood, but
no blood removal. Asteroid ticks in my soup. 2 stars.
But yeah, there's like 10 people on this ship, 12 people on this ship. Like,
yeah.
Everyone knows.
Okay.
This is more one of those stickers, Simon, that like you put on the door, so like the next time it gets opened, the seal's broken, so you can tell if somebody's gone back in.
Right.
That's what it is.
We're gonna lick a hair and put it on the door.
Yeah.
That's how the secret agents do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you know.
Friends are gonna
Yeah.
break it when they leave. Your friends are still in there.
Ogden
they're-
can't do that. He doesn't have any
Oh,
hair.
Ogden? What
Ogden
Ogden,
doesn't
Ogden
have
what
any
are
hair.
you
Yeah.
doing in there?
We're
He's
sitting here
And
analyzing biological substances and reading ledgers.
You couldn't scrape the substance and take it with you? Okay, fine. Here, Iris gives the sticker to Ogden and says, "Here, place this on the door when you are done."
Thank you.
And then you guys
Slight
head back.
misunderstanding, I apologize.
You guys head back down to the professor's room. He answers the door when you tap on it. Oh, have you found something? Come in.
And yeah, we enter as before, but Iris will stand kind of like upright at attention at the door as it closes and say, Dr. Benjamin, it would appear you have not been entirely honest with us.
Oh, what do you mean?
Next time, I would appreciate it if you would let us know of your affiliations with those who have disappeared. It makes you look suspicious, you see, and at this point, they'll turn over the picture frame. We found this in Miss Iom's room. That's you, is it not?
He stares at the hollow photo. Kun Iom. Such a shame. He takes his spectacles off, rubs the bridge of his nose. I should be completely honest with you. I knew Algaida before coming aboard the Chimera. Well, really, I knew her older brother. He gestures at the photo. This was taken at a dig I was supervising in the Drake Lands on Triaxis, near the Death Hinge Mountains. This was during my younger, more reckless days, when I was considered a maverick in archaeological circles and not the stodgy old man I am now. Algaida probably wasn't more than 10 years old then.
What exactly were you investigating with her older brother?
Oh, we were on a dig in the Death Hinge Mountains, like I said.
And what did you find? Gesturing down at the face. Let me show that again.
Dear podcast listeners, there was a face embedded in the ground.
Yes.
Weird stone face.
Yeah, not just
Clearly
like
uncovered by the
fleshy meat
archaeological
face.
dig and not like, something else.
Currently being active, scanned by what can only be assumed to be a scanning bot.
Yeah.
It was a draconic artifact dating back to, I believe, before the Gap. But we knew that Zemelzian, the dragon who gave us permission to dig, wouldn't allow us to take it for study. So Hakun, a few others, and I devised a plan to smuggle the artifact off planet. Long story short, Zemelzian's dragonkin enforcers caught up with us at the spaceport. There was a firefight. Hakun was wounded, badly. He survived, but he was in a coma for years. When he came out, he'd lost use of his legs.
Did you get the artifact off the planet?
No, but we were paid handsomely for the find. I gave most of my money to the Iom family. The medical bills were astronomical.
Why are you on this ship, Professor?
Same reason I said before. I'm returning from a dig back to Absalom Station.
And it's a coincidence that you're on the same ship as the younger sister of your former colleague?
Yes, unfortunate one. I had hoped she wouldn't recognize me, and at least she didn't. I suppose I was, at least in part, motivated by guilt to ask you to help me when she vanished.
19 cents motive. To see these guys. Yeah, really feeling.
He is
distraught.
absolutely telling you the truth. Yeah, he felt guilty.
All right.
About what happened to her brother, and therefore asked you to investigate her disappearance.
Is there any other information?
Bearing his soul to you at the moment. And
yeah. Lasco doesn't cut it in half. Is there anything else you have withheld from us?
And please understand, this could be very important. It's very critical that we find her soon if we are to find her alive.
As in, was there anyone else at your dig on this ship?
No. The only reason I didn't mention it was because I didn't think it was very important.
Well, and that's the interesting thing about these, isn't it? Never really know what's important, do we? Until it's fitting into the puzzle. Was there anybody else on the ship that? Does she have any known enemies? Does the family have any known enemies?
Not that I know of.
Lasco will nod towards iteration 13.
And they'll nod back. I think that this will do for now. Thank you, Doctor, for your time. We will surely talk to you again.
Please find out what happened to Algaida. I couldn't stand being party to another of the family having something horrible befall them.
Indeed. Good day, Doctor.
Meanwhile, upstairs, Adelaide is looking through the ledger. It appears to be what it's advertised to be, but you gather together a basic picture of Algaida's finances. It looks like she made regular deposits into accounts in a few Pact Worlds and near space banks, and had quite a lot of money saved up. One recent transaction stands out. There's a 10,000 credit withdrawal to a cred stick that is accompanied with a note for LP, ship repairs.
LP.
Last pass?
Lozu Pahir. The first mate. Lozu.
I see. Well, I'm going to have to talk with her. Again.
Don't tell iteration 13.
Yeah, don't tell iteration. She's scared of him and does not like him.
Is there anything else in the? Yeah.
No, that's the big thing there. But Ogden, after doing a little bit more analysis on the substance, it's some sort of mucus produced by an ooze or a similar creature. What's your total life science when you take 20?
27.
27. You can guess that this slippery residue would accompany an amorphous body, such as a creature that has the compression ability.
Ah, how handy.
Astrozoan! Herald is here.
All right. Your characters are not as familiar with Astrozoans as you guys are.
Yeah, no.
All right.
All right. So the lead I've got right now is it's probably an ooze of some kind, especially considering that it leaves behind some sort of residue.
Yeah, or a similar kind of creature, something that can compress itself.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Trying to think of how to phrase this question. Would there be any kind of precedence for oozes sort of being stowaways on ships or anything like that? Or
it does happen from time to time.
Seems like anything stows away on a ship if like it tries hard enough.
Yeah,
Dragon King, for instance.
There are a few kind of oozes that'll stow away on ships. I mean, usually, like the bad stowaways you have to worry about are goblins, but these ones booked passage. Like,
I was gonna say,
yeah. They have any Did they have any pets that they weren't supposed to bring aboard?
Not that you know.
Oh, Oh
But
gosh.
yeah, there's a lot of things that could stow away, or somebody could have brought something on that they shouldn't and it escaped from the box, or there's a billion things it could be. It's hard to narrow it down at this point.
Okay. Interesting. Ogden will tuck that information away for now because it seems like Adelaide is still reading. So
Yeah, Adelaide's probably got like 10 minutes
Yeah.
longer than you do, actually.
yeah, about
When she finishes, she closes the ledger and says, "We need to speak with the first mate again. Maybe I'll get my
All right.
handkerchief back."
perhaps it is best that we go without the marshal.
Yes, that would
would
be
you-
the diplomatic move.
Let's go now, and then we can regroup with them.
I like that we'd have the two diplomatic ones off doing one thing and the two intimidate boys off doing another thing.
I'm not even particularly diplomatic. I'm just not a hothead.
The mean ones and the nice ones.
We set the hotheads off together. This could be very, very
Lasco
bad.
is not a hothead. Oh, Lasco is
I was
just
gonna
mean.
He says,
He's just
definitely.
Iteration 13 is also not a hothead. Iteration 13 is just a very much respect my authority or suffer the consequences type.
All right,
are
then
a
respect my
hothead.
forte. Sorry.
Respect
Well-
my authority.
Just mean. Got it.
Lawful neutral. Come on, that's not just mean. That's sort of mean. Only kind of mean, like half mean. Halfway between nice and mean, right? That's what good people is.
All right. So you two are going to go talk to Lozu is your next move. What about our mean boys? What's your next move?
I resent that label. I mean, we probably
I wear
go
it
back
with-
to join the party, right?
Right. Well, in the interest of keeping things separated, because I'm an agent of chaos, Iris is just going to wait for their comm signal that they're done and ready to regroup and start just knocking on doors. I guess it's either that or start combing the ship for a body.
Which of those things would you like to do?
Let's start interrogating the passengers
Lit
before we're coming for a
parties.
body.
All right,
well-
we're doing this.
Well, Jinx is right. So whose door are you going to knock on? Jinsaroga, the goblins, or Trostanek?
We're obviously talking to Jinsaroga, not the goblins.
All right, so you knock on Jinsaroga's door.
Yeah, we'll knock on her door.
This will be a fun one. This is exactly the person that we should send you guys to talk to.
Yeah.
You could be an asshole to without repercussion.
Finally, someone I can be an asshole to.
It never stopped you before.
I mean, Jinsaroga might actually appreciate it, being a hobgoblin.
Oh God.
So you guys knock on the door, and it flies open. What?
Jinsaroga, I need a moment of your time. And Iris will kind of not barge in, but kind of fill up the doorway so it can't be closed.
Okay.
As you might be aware, the security chief has gone missing, and I have some questions for you.
If someone killed the security chief, then she was weak. Like most of you. You notice the goblins are behind her, and they titter in agreement. One of them mimes stabbing another in the chest.
Okay, hold on. I gotta keep my composure for this. I'm serious.
goblins.
I'm serious. I love goblins. Iteration 13 doesn't move an inch. Their facial features just stay stone, and they're just staring right into Jinsaroga's eyes. Just indeed.
Stares right back at you.
I must ask where you were between the incident that I broke up last night and this morning, breakfast time.
Well, here, since nobody will let me leave.
And the door logs will confirm this. You did not leave or Well, you couldn't have entered if you left.
Yep, we haven't been anywhere. We're not causing any trouble.
That's more suspicious than
find out.
anything.
Yeah, let's just find out if she's lying to me off the bat here.
She
That's a
does.
24.
She might know more than she's letting on. Yeah.
Indeed. Very
But
well.
she
And
doesn't seem to be lying about not leaving.
Right,
And the smell in the room seems to back that up.
yeah. Iris will tone down their olfactory senses by at least 30%. And
Did you see anyone or hear anything while you were within the room?
Nope.
Are you aware of any ill intent against the security chief?
No, but you should talk to that Vesk. I saw the two of them being very friendly at a bar on Legacy Station the night before we left there. The goblins all titter again in the background. They start making lewd hand motions.
This is not a question of Mr. Trostinek's involvement. This is currently a question of yours. Please try and focus and stay on topic. Now, did you bring any illicit weapons or anything I should be aware of onto this ship?
Nothing illicit, just our normal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Pats
And if
the laser pistol on her hip, and the goblins sort of rattle their dog slicers. Like, yeah, they have weapons. They're mercs, man.
Yeah, no, of course.
I think Alaska will also do a sense motive, just in case. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Too higher.
Get that sense.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Is the thing that you said that she was hiding that the bar from the other day?
No.
I believe you fail to recognize the gravity of your situation, Jincharoka. Actually, I'll just repeat the same spiel that I gave the first mate. It applied equally here.
Yeah, now you can intimidate.
Hooray.
Intimidate the heck out of these goblins. These are great people to intimidate. Stop intimidating the poor. Oh.
Take the nat 20.
Yeah. Go ahead, Lucas. You take that other nat 20, and I'll iteration will assist.
You have a higher mod, actually.
All right.
Do
Thanks,
I? Okay.
Ed, for the nat 20 to save these guys from the bad.
Oh my
dice.
god, we've needed them so
Thanks,
bad.
Jet.
Yeah, we've been rolling.
All right.
I blame level 1.
Who's taking the lead on
bud.
activity?
Lucas kind of was, but I will if you wish it.
Sure.
Just kind of like gets up in Jinsaroga's face and just says, "Look, unless you would like to float the rest of the way home, I suggest you start cooperating. Now, anything you know about this is going to be helpful and get us out of your lovely room and let you get back to your most important endeavors, I'm sure. Now, please."
Fine. When we boarded this vessel, that woman looked me straight in the eye and said, "I know what you're up to, and I won't let you ruin this for us." I have no idea what she was on about. Perhaps she mistook me for someone else, or paranoid or something. Maybe I just frightened her.
And is she being honest?
Yeah, I'm honest now. Yes.
Okay, even with that 9 cents motive.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Iteration 13 after a moment will step back and blink for the first time since this interaction began. Say, "Thank you for your time. Please enjoy the rest of the voyage and turn around on one heel and leave."
The goblins are laughing at you as you leave, but that is what they do.
I expect that.
They speak laughter. It is their native tongue.
Yeah, it is.
Meanwhile, upstairs, you either two are going to find Losium, and it's probably going to start to get on towards lunchtime.
Can we say that after Iteration 13 and Lasco's interaction, they receive a comm message that we've finished talking with Lozu, or is that too presumptuous?
Sure, that works.
Okay, that way we can regroup.
Storytelling. So you guys want to?
Indeed, we'll reconvene in the lunch hall, I suppose.
Yeah, it's probably about that time. Lozu. What's my Lozu block? Sometimes, I swear to goodness.
It's all right. Notes are always really organized until they're not.
Yeah, actually, I was doing so good. So yeah, you guys head over to Lozu's door. Where she's, you left her to wait for you.
Adelaide pastes on a smile and goes, knock, knock.
Oh,
Lozu?
Hi. Here's your handkerchief back. I'm sorry, it's all wet.
You can keep it. We just had a few questions.
Sorry, Adelaide makes my skin crawl, honestly.
Huh?
What?
Adelaide makes my skin crawl.
I'm sorry. It's true. She's not very sincere. So Adelaide just kind of lets herself into the first mate's room and sits down somewhere, hoping that Ogden will look around the room for anything while she kind of keeps Lozu focused on her.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Lozu's room is pretty nondescript. That's the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
It looks like there aren't any clues in it. That's what it looks very clue-free.
Why are they so obvious? Huh?
I mean, Ogden will make a perception check anyway.
Yeah. So go ahead and make that perception check.
Oh, goodness. Are you okay? Okay. That's a 17.
Yeah, you don't see anything really out of place. Like I said, Lozu's room it's pretty neat, well kept. It doesn't look like there's a lot of personal effects around.
Okay.
Maybe she hasn't had as much time to like settle in as Algaida and some of the others. Yeah, she's pretty new.
All
So we did find one thing that I was hoping you would help us explain. What's this transferred to you for repairs, it says. And I give her the date. From Algaida's personal account.
Well, I sort of had some gambling debts, and well, Algaida helped me out.
Sense motive.
Okay.
Oh.
That's a nat 20.
I won't bother.
She's telling you the truth.
Okay.
I love it. We're always like, I sense their motive. And it's like, well, they mean exactly what they mean.
It's not as glamorous, but
yeah, in a way, I wish more people lied to us.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's gonna count. It's gonna be great when it works.
Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies.
More lies. Noted. Someone's lying to you.
So
not this person.
Why would she? I guess the real question is, if she labeled it as ship repair, why would somebody be upset by that? Unless the money perhaps wasn't hers. Ogden is sort of spooling out to himself more than anybody at this point.
I don't know where she got it necessarily. The money I lost was for ship repairs, though, so maybe that's why.
Okay. Who did you owe money to? Was it somebody important?
Oh, I don't. No, not particularly. It was just a casino.
Okay.
Are you
Algaida
always
was kind enough to cover it and not tell the captain. I need this job.
Why would she cover it for you? How long have you known Algaida?
Algaida's just a decent sword, I guess. I've only known her since I started working here on the Chimera.
And how long ago was that again?
Oh, maybe 6 months ago.
10,000 credits is quite a lot of money to fork over for somebody that you met 6 months ago.
I think she probably didn't want to go through the trouble of finding a new first mate.
What's that?
She said I was good at what I do, but that I needed to stop with the gambling.
Did she ever ask you for any favors after that? Any, help me get this on board without telling the captain kind of things?
No, she did start pressuring me about paying her back for the loan recently, but no, nothing, no favors, nothing like that.
Did she tell you why she needed the money back soon?
No. I presumed she was just getting impatient.
Well, anything else, Miss Fortwith?
Nothing that I can think of for now. Thank you so much for your help.
Yeah, if there's anything I can do, just let me know. I really hope you find Algaida, and I hope she's okay.
We
We'll do
hope
our
so
best.
too.
Well, time for lunch. And we all
Yes,
meet
I
up for
think so.
lunch.
It is about that time. Let's go ahead and take 15, and we'll come back, and you guys can recap what all you found and figure out your next steps. Does that sound like a plan, guys?
Sounds like a
Sure.
plan.
All right, it is just about 10:40 now. We'll be back at 5 till the hour. Don't go anywhere, anybody. All right, welcome back, everybody. I hope everyone found the bathroom in real life, as we requested. Oh, did I request? I forgot to request it. I hope you found it anyway. I hope you knew that that's what this time is for.
They were clearly lost without us.
I just peed in the corner. I couldn't find it. I did what I had to do.
That's where your cat learns it from. I get it.
Yeah, that would. For those of you listening at home, our cat is terrible and poops on the floor, but he hasn't for like a while now.
But now you've reminded him.
You jinxed
No,
it.
he's in the other room. He
Yeah,
can't
we
hear
locked
us.
it. We lock him in the bedroom. That's the nice thing about cats versus kids. When we don't want them around, we can just toss them in a room, shut the door.
You can't do that with children.
I mean, it's
I
discouraged.
mean, you can
It's
physically.
frowned on.
It's frowned upon.
Yeah.
All right,
and
you
on
guys
this
have-
episode, we'll be talking about nature versus nurture.
Are you guys ready to get back?
Yes.
Totally.
We eat lunch and whisper to each other.
Yeah, so you guys head in for lunch. Song is setting out a pretty nice spread of real food for everybody. You know, the professor is probably grabbing some lunch as well. You know, Jin Saroga and her goblins get lunch boxes and stalk back off to their room as they do now.
It's just like a bag It's just like a bag lunch in a paper bag.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like it probably will fall apart if they shake it too hard. Probably Grath is getting some lunch, an unmarked bottle in hand, off in a corner. Probably with Lozu. Kiv is absent. Appears they're still busy trying to get the thrusters back up and running. But you sort of have the run of the place.
All right. Ogden.
Oh, sorry.
Ogden will begin eating his sandwich with some macaroni salad on the side. That's what he's having for lunch. And we'll say
rare.
Hungry
he'll
now.
say,
Why have you done this to me? Ugh.
No, I want to say
so we, I suppose, several points of interest from our end. I've discovered that the residue was left by some sort of slime or ooze, something that can squeeze through those ventilation shafts. I don't know what a slime or ooze would be doing on the ship, except for the fact that they can sometimes just find their way onto the ship's stowaways.
Unpleasant.
Yes.
Concerning.
Yes, so we should keep an eye out for that in our investigations.
And in the ledgers, Ms. Forthwith?
Well, it turns out that the security chief loaned a large amount of money to the first mate in order to cover her gambling debts. But beyond that, nothing of note that I could find.
And you believe her?
Yes, the first mate is very straightforward once you stop threatening her.
Admittedly, she did not tell us about the gambling debts at first.
I would not likely confess my gambling debts, had I any, to a marshal, or to someone who's being mean
A
to me.
stranger.
Regardless, it is something. I'm not blaming her or saying that what she did was malicious. It merely means that she is willing and able to withhold information from us.
I believe that we've established enough of a rapport that should we need her help again, we can trust.
She became quite forthcoming once Miss Forthwith began buttering her up, and we were able to draw the truth out. So more bees with honey than vinegar, or whatever the phrase is.
Of course. We found explanations, but no leads per se, aside from those that we already have. The professor did, in fact, know the security chief's older brother and was on a dig with him and feels responsible for injuries that he experienced as part of that mission.
How severe?
Severe. His legs were lost, and the professor claims to have contributed most of the earnings from the dig to the family, though we're obviously unable to verify that. We believe that his appearance on the ship is a coincidence.
A lot of those going around lately, it seems.
Just so. We also spoke with the Hobgoblin mercenary. She proved to know little, although backs up, I believe it was Ogden's information that she had some sort of plan that she was involved with other people with. The first person plural was involved.
Interesting.
Indeed. Who all did you say was sitting in the dining hall with us, Nick?
you guys, the professor is probably sensing that you guys sort of wanted to be left alone off in a corner with a book and a sandwich and some tea. And then Grath and Lozu are at another table. Trostanek is missing. He's not here for lunch.
I was going to say, seeing that Trostanek is not here,
Yeah.
Iris will mention. Yes, I believe Trostanek should be the next line of inquiry.
I agree.
I agree.
However, if there is an ooze wandering around the internals of the ship, it may be worth speaking with the engineer as well.
Indeed. I shall go and have a talk with Kiv, Mr. Kiv, about whether or not they've seen anything unsavory. I invite anyone to join me, but I do think we should also check in on the bounty hunter. Seeing as how he appears to be late for lunch, and kind of leaning around, not seeing him anywhere.
I believe that somebody with some engineering should also accompany you when you speak with Mr. Kiv. Well, with Engineer Kiv. They might attempt to make claims that someone with some knowledge of engineering may be able to assess.
That's a good thought, Ms. Fordwith. I will go speak with Kiv.
Which leaves
Very good.
me and Ogden to investigate the mercenary.
I believe we should stay together.
Yes, if there is an ooze wandering around, we don't want to get separated. We have shown that we can work relatively well in a combat situation together. So perhaps it is best if we all go to investigate the engineer for now. I have been interested in examining the lower dock of the ship. So
Indeed,
I would be interested to see. Perhaps I could find where this ooze is coming and going. If it is indeed an ooze, we are assuming.
Very, very well. You may all join me. Let me just. I shall meet you all at the elevators down to the bottom level. I must go retrieve my SID unit from my room, if you'll excuse me. And Iris gets up and
You have a SID unit.
returns.
Yeah, the rest of you have never heard of this SID unit.
I imagine you say this after Iris has left. You're just like, he has a SID unit?
Did you always have a
Wait.
SID unit?
Lasco shrugs.
We've definitely seen the SID unit, right?
No, never.
But we don't remember seeing it.
Weird.
Players, yes, you remember the SID unit. Characters do not.
Curious, sir.
You must have been AFK when we mentioned that.
Oh yeah,
behind the
definitely.
scenes.
Yeah.
I
I was munching on some noodles.
Iris returns a few moments later and says,
Well, we're at the
friends,
elevator, let's say.
Yeah, returns to the elevator and says, I apologize, friends. It appears my SID unit has gone missing as well. I don't suppose any of you have seen it anywhere?
We were not aware you had a SID unit.
Yes, is that a companion of some kind?
The security robot that I boarded the ship with?
Why didn't you summon
all
that?
interacted with them.
Why didn't you summon it when there were the lice?
They were there. You don't remember this?
No. Bluntly, no, I don't remember it.
Curious.
Can Ogden make an intelligence check or something to see what's going on, or no?
No, you're absolutely certain there was no SID unit.
So then can Ogden make a medicine check to check Iris to see if they're crazy?
Sure. I mean, provided that Iris will consent to you examining him.
Yeah,
Iris,
no, when you come in to examine, Iris is going to get away from me. This is.
I really think that it might be good to check. Are you sure?
and Iris is going to actually like take a step back from you all and say, I don't know what's going on, but this is not appreciated. You all have seen this.
I've
this SIG
experienced
unit.
Damn. No, you go.
Please talk.
Now, come clean. That's what Iris was going to say.
I've experienced a number of mental anomalies in the last day. My ability to interact with the trap was not something that I was able to do 24 hours ago.
Does that match with what I remember?
Yeah,
Dog, you think Velasco's always been able to do this?
What are you talking about, Mr. Velasco? You've shown me multiple times that you're quite adept with engineering and small devices.
That is inaccurate, Ms. Fortwith.
This is all beside the point. This will clear this up easily. And Iris will probably for the first time you guys have ever seen this project from their eyes from their comm unit the manifest from the ship and begin searching through it. Go ahead and keep saying what you guys were saying as Iris is searching through this.
There's also the mystery that we worked together to solve 2 days ago. Can any of you tell me exactly how it resolved itself?
No. The last thing I seem to remember is we apprehended the Skittermander. I retrieved the device, and next thing I remember is boarding the ship.
Ms. Fortwith?
This also matches my recollection.
We have 3 examples of knowledge that we should have that we do not.
And knowledge that you shouldn't have that you do, it seems.
Yes.
The elevator doors open.
Before we go down, Ogden will turn to the address the group at large. Would you all consent to a small scan of your persons, so that I may administer some help from across the battlefield, should we get into another conflict?
Gladly.
Iris, you
How long will
scroll
this
through
take?
the whole manifest. Sid is nowhere on that manifest.
No, Iris has scrolled through it several times now and is not paying any attention to Ogden whatsoever. Currently trying to run some debug systems in their comm unit in their brain.
Huh. The scan should only take.
It should be here. He should be on here, right here. There's me, and he should be right. But
Actually, I've decided that Adelaide is a lot more comfortable with this than you would expect because she's used to seeing other realities. Like this is unusual.
That makes sense.
But makes sense, but she's managed this before.
I think Lasco's pretty freaked out by it, but he refuses to show any expression ever. So
Sure, yeah, that's in his own particular idiom.
Yeah, that parses.
Ogden will press, and maybe not press, but continue and say, it should only take about 10 minutes to perform a proper scan, and this way I can log you in my microlab and be better able to aid you and perhaps perform medicinal checks of some kind.
I've already stepped up for my thing. Sure.
But the narrative arc, we already summoned the elevator.
It's going to start screaming at us in about 30 seconds.
It's still open, oddly enough. Most elevators would close, after a while. It's still standing open, dinging.
It's going to give that emergency warning, yeah.
I think that this might be a good thing to do before we go down.
Very well.
Thank you.
Go back to Ogden's room.
Leaving
the elevator wanting.
We really neg that elevator.
Ooh.
So Ogden will pull a small wand from his custom microlab is actually like in one of his sleeves, which we'll say because it can fit as an armor upgrade or into an armor upgrade slot in your armor without actually taking up a slot, which is pretty neat. So he like pulls a wand from his sleeve and starts fiddling with a dial on it, and then scans Fort Worth, scans Lasco. If Iris will also consent to being scanned.
I mean,
Iris
is busy debugging his brain, so I think you can just do it and you won't even notice.
Consent is very important here.
This is a good point. Consent is always important.
Yes.
Iris will break out of their fugue just long enough to give you a dismissive nod and then go back to what they're doing.
Okay.
Like, fine if you
Very
must.
enthusiastic.
Yeah, that's the best kind of consent. A dismissive nod.
The worst kind of consent, actually.
Yeah.
Please note.
Yes, it is noted.
Yes. So good. So now I can actually do positive things with my biohacks to you all. In addition to yes, good Liz. Liz is holding up a button that says I double heart consent. Now I can do positive things with my biohacks to you all because I need to actually scan you in order for that to work every day.
Right.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah, to check in with your doctor every morning.
Yep.
For check.
Dr. Secret Agent Man.
Dr. Secret Agent Man.
Dr. Secret Man. It just trips right off the tongue. It's like
I'm the only one as a kid who really thought that was Secret Asian Man and was very confused by that song.
A lot of kids did. I was also one of those kids.
Yeah, I was very confused. I was like, why? What do you mean he's a secret Asian man? How are you secret Asian?
I don't understand. All right, and then we go back to the elevator. Do we find it still open?
It is indeed still open. Wait.
How weird.
These elevators are defective.
The most concerning thing we've discovered this far in this conspiracy.
And we fought giant asteroid lice.
All right, we take the elevators
They were
down
just
to the
regular-sized
engineering level.
asteroid lice.
What was that, Leaf?
But I think they're just regular-sized asteroid lice, but you know.
They are regular sized asteroid lice. That is how big they normally are.
Lice of unusual size.
Well, you guys head down to engineering, where you find Kiv hard at work in the port thruster access area. But to get there, you have to pass.
I don't think they exist.
You have to pass the incinerator, which is in a different part of my notes, but it's very, very important.
Sorry, is this the incinerator on the map?
That's probably the power core. Come on, you know what power cores look like.
Yeah, I think that is the power core. I think the other one is the incinerator, but I'd have to flip to a different map.
That makes sense.
So rather tell you guys what you find, what you notice at the incinerator instead of worrying about exactly where it is.
Wait, no, I want to argue about this.
Fair enough.
Oh, God. Tell us what we find. Oh, God.
Who has the highest perception bonus, friend?
Me.
Unless I've got my scanner going, and it's me.
Ogden.
So that would be Ogden.
As you pass the incinerator, you notice the door is slightly ajar.
Okay.
Like it
Do I
wasn't.
think this is. It wasn't closed properly. Well, that feels dangerous enough for Ogden to go over and check it out.
Opening it up and looking inside, you find this statue of the Chimera inside of the incinerator. It looks like someone was trying to get rid of it and didn't seal the door properly.
That
It's made of a dense plastic polymer. Oh, I'm sorry. I call it a Chimera statue, but it is an Adari statue.
okay.
Okay.
It's a statue of the Adari. It's painted in light browns and grays, and the nose is stained with blood. You want to give me a life science or a medicine check on it?
Yeah, I'll give you a medicine. That's a nat 20, folks, for a 29.
Nice. You can tell the blood has dried only fairly recently, probably in the last 24 hours.
I assume the incinerator is not active right now. Otherwise, I would not be able to. The blood would probably be very dry.
And as you have a chemilizer and a med kit built into your arm, I'll just assume that you are using your micro lab there.
Yes.
You can tell that the blood is from a Kasatha.
Ogden thinks back. Oh no. What do I call you all? Folks, we might have a problem.
That doesn't roll off the tongue, does it?
No, it felt really awkward.
Team?
Lasco, Iris, Adelaide, Fort Worth, rather. People. We have a problem. He pulls out the statue. Is the incinerator active right now? Like, I assume it's not because I pulled it out.
The door has to be like closed and latched, and then it incinerates whatever's inside.
Oh, okay. So this actually.
The reason it didn't get destroyed was because the latch wasn't closed properly. Excellent.
He gestures to the statue of the Adari. There's blood on this. It is Kasathan blood. It is also the Adari, a model of the Adari. So that's kind of appropriate, inappropriate. It might have been in a Kasatha's room. And who is the only Kasatha that we know of on this ship?
The captain.
Yes,
Iris,
it would be the
Iris
captain.
is more concerned with the Vesk hands that are currently possibly muddling any other fingerprints on this murder weapon. Ogden, please, if I may. And Iteration 13 will put out a hand.
Of course. Ogden's already gotten everything he can from it anyway, so.
Iris, I presume you're going to scan it for fingerprints?
Indubitably. Or other physical remnant that is not Kasathan.
Yeah, you give it a scan, and other than the blood, there is nothing of note here.
This is deeply unsettling, considering that we weren't allowed to see the captain.
We need to see him immediately. I'll contact the first mate. She should meet us at the bridge with keys.
Where did she say the captain was? Did she?
It was on the bridge. He had asked not to be disturbed. You do still have Kiv, just sort of like 20 feet away, banging on a thick metal pipe with a large wrench. Hasn't seemed to notice you yet, but
like a murder weapon with blood on it.
Sure, but we can also ask Kiv whether he saw the person who put it in here, or like if anyone was inside the incinerator.
Okay, no, that's a good point. So we can ask Kiv. We don't necessarily even tell him that we have a murder weapon.
Yeah.
Let's just say, hey, was anybody down here recently?
Iteration 13 will approach Kiv, and since they were the ones the day before that helped move the lice bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Kiv likes Iris just a little more. Good afternoon, Kiv. How are you doing down here?
Oh, thank the fates. I haven't been able to figure out what happened to the thrusters, but it's done a number on the whole damn propulsion system. I could really use a hand here. Do any of you have any skills with engineering?
Of course.
Lucas,
I can take a look while you answer the marshal's questions.
Well, there's a fuel intake valve over here. Kiv goes to a toolbox on the other side of the room, produces a small diagnostic data pad. You see that big valve? I think it's jammed. If we can get it unstuck, we might be able to get the Chimera moving again. I need to temporarily slow down the amount of fuel pumping through there, or... Trouble is, the limiter over here has always been finicky, and it needs constant supervision during the process. When I give you the word, just twist that valve to the right real hard, okay? You can
sound like something an engineer really needs to do, but...
give me an engineering check.
Sure. I'll assume that there's some other technobabble that goes on here that requires engineering and not just like pulling a switch.
Well, it's the
No, you
timing
gotta know
of
how to
it,
pull that
and
switch right.
it's the readouts. It's the readouts.
I see. Engineering is a bad roll. A 13, level 1, ladies and gentlemen. Level 1 D20 system.
I mean, see, this seems legit.
You're effectively assisting, right? So,
Right. So Kiv goes to do his part, and after about a minute of muttering and tinkering with the diagnostic data pad and the limiter on the pipe nearby, Kiv gives Lasco the word. While that's happening, though, give me a perception check, Lasco.
Pull the lever, Lasco.
21. Wrong lever.
Wrong lever.
So when Kiv gives the go, you twist the valve, and it just slides right off, rather than twisting like it's supposed to. It appears to be totally stripped. Everybody give me a reflex save as a gout of flame issues from that valve.
Kronk.
oh no! Oh, I got a nat 20.
Adelaide, if you want to add back your stamina for a 10-minute rest, like you guys stopped and ate lunch and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, I got a nat 20. Yay!
Nice.
Yay.
High five.
The DC is only 14. So
I think we all made it.
14 or above, you're only going to take half.
How heroic.
And so it's 6 damage for everyone who managed to jump mostly out of the way, as a cone of fire explodes from that valve.
That still puts Ogden into hit points, funnily enough, because he only has 5 stamina.
including Kiv, who goes, "Oh my gosh!" and jumps to shut down the fuel flow so that it doesn't continue. I'm so sorry.
I think I faint because I drop below 0.
Oh,
Again.
Oh, because your stamina is less than...
Stamina is 5, and you got 1 hit point back from me, so that's, you hit 0, so you're...
Adelaide is out again.
For the second time today, Ogden rushes over.
Just get me a fainting couch.
Yeah.
Ogden is going to automatically stabilize her with with his +9 medicine, so...
Okay. So you run over and stabilize Adelaide. Like I said, Kiv is like, "I'm so sorry. I can't... What happened?" And goes to look at the valve. Lasco, you saw, like, as soon as it popped up off what had happened, and that's that the valve is stripped.
Lasco will wait to see what Kiv says.
The fuel intake valve has come unstuck. Yeah, no, Kiv finds it as well. Someone stripped this. How the heck did that happen?
Has anyone else been down here?
No, nobody should have been. Kiv starts swearing and tapping on the diagnostic data pad.
How long have you been down here? All day?
Most of the day, yeah. Heck, it goes back to the data pad. It seems that the fuel intake valve has come unstuck, seemingly solving Kiv's problem. But Kiv does explain that there's a blockage further down the pipe, causing irregularities in the flow that could cause the valve to break. Anyway, Kiv explains they need to shut down the flow of fuel for at least another day to scour the pipe.
How convenient
and my knowledge of engineering agrees with this assessment.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Lasco nods in agreement. And then, Marshall, did you have any other questions for Kiv? My analysis of the machinery lines up with his. theirs.
Iteration 13 eyes them over and requests an answer. Sorry, I must have been muted. I definitely sensed motive to see whether they were genuine in their concern or if they're trying to conceal the fact that they actually have orchestrated this.
Oh, yeah. Kiv seems very genuine
Genuinely surprised? Okay.
in their apology and their surprise.
This appears to be yet another coincidence piling up.
This is no coincidence. This is sabotage.
Not.
I agree.
The incinerator. Is it particularly difficult to close?
No. Why? I mean,
Ogden eyes Laska.
closed it. I don't, unless something's changed in the last
When
couple of days.
When did you last use it?
When we put the tick bodies in there.
So that was yesterday.
Yeah.
And Iteration 13 remembers the door closing properly.
Yeah, and there were no tick bodies in there, so you must have closed it properly.
Right.
Indeed. Okay.
So
Tracking back to that time stamp in their memory, they Iteration 13 says, so sometime between this time and now, something has appeared in this. Kind of like to themselves, but like mumbling aloud.
Have you been in this room since then?
I mean, I went to bed last night and then got up this morning and the thrusters went out and I've been working on it all day.
And no one else has been down here today?
No, not that I've seen. The thrusters were working fine last night.
Ogden looks around for security cameras or anything of the like down here.
No.
Do I see any? No, of course not. All right. Well, I don't think that the engineer Kiv is going to have any more information for us. Shall we go look into that other thing?
Yes.
Indeed. Keep your eyes peeled, Kiv. And do let us know if you notice anything suspicious, out of the ordinary. Anyone who shouldn't be down here showing up down here.
Here's our comm code. Let us know as soon as anyone comes down here.
Yeah, sure thing.
Miss Adelaide, how are you faring right now?
Well, I've had about 10 minutes to rest. I think I can get back on my feet. Draw upon my inner resolve. All that.
Of course.
Sorry, Adelaide.
Yes, we're going to have to tend to those burns now after, on top of the frostbite, and you really have taken quite a beating today.
Yes, I commend you for your fortitude, Ms. Fortware. You did not sign up.
They don't just cancel each other out. Like you got burned, and then you got frostbite. Like you're fine. You're fine.
This ain't
Pokemon
Pokemon rules, Leaf.
They cancel each other out.
You did each get a Mark 1 Serum of Healing last time from the doctor if you want to use one of those to continue on.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to take it right now.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
How much is that, a D8?
Just a D8, yep. Hey,
I get
got
6
lucky.
got 6 back.
Nice. See?
That's
Adelaide's
probably
going to be
a full deal.
okay.
It's about.
All right. In the privacy of the elevators, Lasco will detail. We have 2 leads. We still need to speak with the Vesk bounty hunter, but I believe that discussing with the first mate that the captain may wish to be interrupted seems like a higher priority.
Do we think that it might be a good idea to simply show her the Adari as well as part of our insistence? Do we think that she can handle that?
She seems much too fragile to me. I think we should keep this one.
If we don't show it to her, she may be unwilling to break her rules.
Indeed. I think that there's no point in trying to shelter the girl.
Well,
yeah, so I think it makes the most sense for us to talk to her, even regardless of how much fruit that yields.
Yeah. Perhaps we'll see Trostanek on the way.
All right. So you guys are going. The elevators only go to the mid deck, and then you have to go sort of up.
Oh, we're already walking past Trostanek's door.
Yes.
Oh no,
yes,
I guess
we
the
are.
elevators do go all the way up. All the way down there on the end. So yeah, you can take the elevator all the way up to the upper deck, back up to Lozu's room. You do notice Grath staring at a wall.
Wait, Grath? Who's that again?
Grath, the pilot, the Ahsoki pilot.
Where is he?
Just typical Yosoki
Staring at a
behavior.
wall?
Think nothing of it.
He's staring at a wall just outside of like the doors to the crew quarters area.
Mr. Graff, are you well?
Huh? What?
Are you
Oh.
well?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Anything
You
in
seem
particular interesting about that wall?
What? What do you mean?
rather
just that you were-
fixated on it.
Yes.
I was not.
Mr. Grath, can you tell me
Okay.
what you've been doing today?
Oh, yeah, I've just been bobbing around, waiting for the thrusters to get back online.
Yes, I suppose there isn't much piloting to be done without the thrusters.
It's true.
And what have you done in this sudden, unexpected vacation?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I would.
I don't know. You're kind of a stick in the mud.
Answer the man's questions.
It's a 22
You're a
intimidate.
stick in the mud. He's not
Too bad we
scared
don't
of
have-
you.
Somebody stop me. Somebody stop me.
What my friend here is trying to say that we are simply looking into the odd occurrences happening on this ship. We have a feeling that someone might be sabotaging the ship. Any information that you could share with us would be most beneficial and could very well save your life. Not from us, but from whoever is enacting these plots.
Good riddance to bad Reforians. He sort of turns on his heel and heads back towards his room.
Oh no, we're not going to have that.
Wait, was it Kit or was it Griff that the woman had been previously close with but is no longer?
That was Grath.
Graff. Okay. Adelaide sort of shouts after him. So I see there's no love lost.
We're getting echoes.
We are.
I fixed it.
He sort of harumphs and goes back into his room.
When she broke up with you. Bluff
Yeah.
check?
Yeah, he's ignoring you. Sorry.
Boo!
Um,
Can I take that back
Well.
then? I was really just hoping to get like him to keep talking to me.
Yeah, to get a rise out of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good play.
it was a good play. Just not working in this case. Give me a sense motive or a wisdom, if you got it.
That's
Yeah.
only. A
Yeah,
I only
16
have
from
sense
Ogden.
motive.
I don't think I've rolled above a 10 unless I've rolled a 20 today.
That was a 15.
Ooh,
Iris,
iteration.
Oh wait, 18 actually. Sorry.
you've definitely noticed that like most of the times you've seen Grath, he's had like some kind of an unmarked bottle in his hand. And he's mentioned a couple of times that you guys like seem like sticks in the mud. The best way to deal with Grath might be to like have a drink with him, honestly. He seems to just like not have any interest in talking to you, rather than being actively hostile. Seems bored by your entire thing.
Well, Ogden just so
I'll
happens
stop by
to know how to
his-
get a bottle of alcohol.
Yes.
But you are up here now.
Yeah.
And he has gone back to his room.
Okay.
The mercenary?
I suppose.
So you're going back downstairs?
Oh wait, no, you're right. He's a passenger. Yeah, it feels like we should talk to the. It feels like we should talk to the first mate. I'm having a hard time justifying not doing that.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, me too. The story really does seem to be steering us in such a way that we need to go talk to the captain. So we go talk to her.
All right.
The first mate.
You rap on Lozu's door, but there is no answer. It appears she's off doing work.
Where else would we find her?
She's first mate, so if
Above the bridge.
she's not on the bridge, she's probably checking on cargo, stuff like that.
Well,
Okay.
we'll have to see if we can run into her later.
This seems finding a murder weapon seems pretty urgent. We'll send her a message that we have a who had a good rapport with her. Ms. Forthwith, can you send her a message to say that we need to speak with her about something critical to the ship's functioning?
I've already sent her an email. Yes,
Thank
and a text.
All right. Then let us look for this mercenary, Trostanek.
Okay, so you guys head back down to the passenger quarters and rap on Trostanek's door. There's also no answer, but you do see Lozu coming down the hallway towards you about this point. You send a message that there was something critical to the ship's functioning.
The ship.
Indeed. We need to speak with the captain urgently.
Sorry, he locked himself on the bridge and he's not answering any of my messages either.
And you're unable to get through that lock?
No, not when he locks it. He said he didn't want to be disturbed.
We have reason to believe that he has been assaulted.
Perhaps killed.
Oh, he couldn't have been killed. He was just talking to me this morning.
In between then and now.
I doubt it. I don't know anybody else who
Who
could get
produces
past
the
that
ship?
door.
Because Adelaide doesn't carry stuff.
Iris, Marshall, do you have the ship?
I don't think it's the best course of action to just go and show this person the murder weapon. That's kind of playing our hand, isn't it?
We already know that we can trust her in this.
And also, it might be the only way we can convince her to let us try to hack open the captain's quarters.
All right.
I examined the blood on the tip of this model of the Adari and found it to be Kasatha blood.
Have you ever seen this before? This particular item?
Yeah, that's from the captain's room.
Then you can see why we're concerned.
Well, where did you get it?
We found it in the incinerator.
That's odd.
Not terribly so, if somebody wanted to get rid of some evidence, but they should have shut the door a little more firmly, I suppose. Do you know how we could find, are there security logs of I don't know, is there a security camera in the elevator? Is there anything that we could use to track down who would have put this in the incinerator?
No, it's an old ship. I suppose you could check the captain's room. No, he wouldn't like that at all.
Probably not.
Yes, but it does seem rather concerning. No one's seen the captain for quite a while, and this blood is recent, and quite a lot of it. And
Well-
it's Kasathan.
I mean, it's just on the tip of the statue. It's like a 4-inch statue. I wouldn't
Okay.
say
So it's not
a lot of
necessary.
blood.
It was not necessarily used for murder, but it does have Kasathan blood.
Could have been
And
used to
someone did
bash
try
the
to
captain
destroy
over
it.
the head. Yeah.
Sure. The only part of the only part that we don't know is that it was like for murder. That's the only leap here.
Right.
We have no strong reason to believe that he's dead.
That's true. And Lozu did say that she'd seen him just this morning.
Yeah.
But we still have to ask why someone who assaulted him, because whoever assaulted him, like, is worth talking to.
Well, the only one that we haven't spoken to is Trostanek. Correct?
Yes. Oh, and Song. You haven't talked to Song.
Well, I wanted to swing by Songs to see if I could scare up another bottle of whiskey anyway.
Yes, all right. Let's talk to Song and Trostanek and figure out if any of them may have spoken with the... Well, actually, has anyone aside from you spoken with the captain, first mate?
I haven't really checked. I sort of presume so. I don't know what he's up to in there. We're not going anywhere. Maybe he just wanted some alone time. He's a Kasatha. He's that way. Sometimes he just likes to meditate and not be disturbed.
That is acceptable. And wouldn't be very strange, except for the circumstances that we're in. I don't know of a way to get through that door myself, as I'm not good with engineering or computers or any of that technological stuff. I'm more with the sciences, but...
We should try to determine who assaulted the captain. If the captain is inaccessible for now, we can at least speak with those who we have not spoken to yet to see if they will admit to having talked to him or have a motivation for having done so.
Well, if you want to talk to Trostnik, I last saw him heading down to the cargo hold at the far end.
Interesting.
Does that path take him past the incinerator?
No, the cargo holds are at the front of the ship,
Okay, just wanted to check.
All right.
past the gym.
Well, let's go talk to Trostanek then. We can get Song afterwards. Does
Thank
that
you,
sound
First
agreeable
Mate.
to everybody?
Thank you, First Mate. You've been more than helpful. Your loyalty to your captain does you credit, even if, in practice, it is likely misplaced at this juncture.
Well, yeah, I wish I could get you in there, but orders are orders.
I understand. All right, so I guess we leave her behind and go see Trostanek.
Mm-hmm. The
Once we're out of
kitchen
earshot,
is on the way to the cargo bays. If you guys wanted to stop and talk to Song on your way, but it's up to you.
Honestly, Ogden is more interested in Trostanek. He's the one that has more...
Yeah, Trostanek seems
Agreed.
more likely to be able to assault the captain than Song does.
Yeah, I mean, the captain is Song's boss. He's the captain is, well, I mean, the captain. So Song has less motive to kill the captain, even if they are rather hot-headed. So Ogden would push for Trostanek over Song for now.
Seconded.
All right, so you guys head up
To the cargo.
cargo hold, which is going to be back on this map. There are a few doors in.
Is it over here to the
Yep.
to the east?
Yeah, it's on the right-hand side of this map here.
Okay, great.
So there are the first set of doors down here. I think you guys can move over there. I turned off the dynamic lighting stuff.
Yeah.
Or there's a second set of doors further up the hall. So arrange yourselves how you'd like to enter this room, because upon entering this room, Adelaide's going in through the other door from everybody else.
No.
Because upon entering this room, you do see Trostanek sprawled on the floor, unconscious, with one eye bruised among the shipping containers. A robot stands near a large open crate nearby. The lights on its faceplate glowing an ominous red as it scans the hold. A small arm mounted on its shoulder seems to move independently of the construct's body.
A
Roll
what?
me
A what
initiative.
mounted on? Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Small arm.
Small arm. Okay, interesting. Okay. Oh, click the token first.
Yep, make sure you click your token first.
Yeah, how many years have you been playing Roll20, Tom?
Gosh, 3 years at this point with you all?
Oh gosh darn it. Who already hit their thing?
I already
Not
did.
me.
All right. Tom
I already did.
Looks like Lasco
Oh, it
and
replaced.
Ogden.
Never mind. It replaced.
Yeah,
So you guys are good.
because we're on the same map.
That is true. It's a benefit of being on the same map.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah, disadvantage is sometimes you like forget to cut some things out of the map, like the name of this part of the map.
It was cut out by dynamic lighting.
Yeah.
I had to turn dynamic lighting off because it's acting weird with the new update.
I understand. It's just one of my favorite goofs was during, I think, against the Aeon Throne, we were entering an innocent-looking clearing, and at the top the map said "ambush clearing."
I remember
no,
that.
it just said
yeah.
ambush, and we were like,
no,
"Oh,
you were right the first time.
yes."
Ambush alley or something like
I think that
yeah.
might have been
Yes,
our
yes,
first
yes.
fight in Aeon
It
Throne.
was- yeah.
All
First
right,
or
is
second.
everybody's initiative in?
Yes.
Yes.
There's one too many initiatives, in fact.
Oh, there's a robot.
you
There's a
figure out
robot
that
who
one.
shouldn't be
Oh,
there.
there is a robot who shouldn't be here. This robot doesn't exist.
You don't know about that robot. You hush.
What robot?
Lasco gets to act first.
Let Iris wallow in horrible, horrible agony. Am I
all
losing my
alone.
mind? I don't know.
All alone.
That's not
Lasco
even it.
will dash over here, take a quick. Let's be honest. He doesn't have his weapon out probably, and operatives are very sad without their weapons out.
Yep.
So he will take out his weapon, and I guess move into cover.
All right. The robot gets to go after Lasco. It's going to fire a sticky bomb grenade. This, I believe, has a 10-foot radius.
Hey, Nick. Remember
so
that grenade
all of
scrambler
you?
you gave me?
What? What grenade
Remember
scrambler?
Grenade scrambler? The Miracle gave me because I helped that dude?
You did. Can you use that as a reaction? How's that work?
Oh, God, I don't know. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I don't know if you
I was
can. If you
hoping
haven't gone
you
yet.
You have to do it preemptively.
Is it one of those things that you actually have to turn on? Because if that's the case, that sucks.
It's. I think it is.
I
Oh,
think it is.
God.
In the meantime, please roll reflex saves, everyone else. It has usage 5 per round. It's a move action to activate it. You haven't had a move action yet.
Oh yeah.
Sort of got everything with the word grenade in it. It's garbage.
DC is only 12 to avoid becoming entangled. It is a sticky bomb grenade.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right,
Lasco
well,
is
watch
fine.
me fail that spectacularly. Here you go.
Ogden is
Oh,
fine.
never mind.
You were
Iteration
close.
is fine. Adelaide?
Adelaide is not very effective against things that don't have minds.
Oh no, you need a
No,
reflex
you need a
save,
reflex
Adelaide.
save.
Oh, reflex save, sorry. That too. I'm not bad
All
at
right,
those. I
you're
think.
all fine. None of you
Yeah.
are stuck. And then the robot is going to move sort of down by this other crate to get a wait. Who's the toughest looking? Iris is the toughest looking. It'll move a bit closer to get a good shot at Iris next round. Adelaide. Aiming its weapon at you.
Adelaide is going to cast. Can she dazzle? Can a robot be dazzled or blinded?
Can you bedazzle a robot?
Blinded, I think so.
Probably.
Dazzled, I don't know. Probably. What are the tags of the spell?
Yeah.
I didn't get the tags. Oh no! Oh no!
What's the name of the spell?
The name of the spell is Infinite Worlds Instantaneous. So basically,
It's not a spell. It's an ability.
yeah,
Right?
it's an ability, but it's basically a spell because I have to blow a spell slot.
It looks like looking at construct immunities, which I know we don't technically know in
Yeah,
character.
your characters also haven't identified. I mean, you know it's a robot.
Okay, well, we'll find out, I guess.
Fair enough.
I create a bubble of altered reality, projecting elements of a parallel existence, and instantaneous. You create a bright flash of light to fill the area. Each creature within the area must succeed at a fortitude save or be dazzled for 1 round. Per which warper level, if a creature rolls a natural 1, it is also blinded for a round.
Constructs are immune to fortitude save effects.
Bad news. We lost Nick briefly.
Oh no!
Her laptop froze. That's a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's all talk about robots. Wait,
Yeah,
robots
so
are immune to literally all fortitude saves? I had no idea.
Unless it specifies that it affects constructs, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
good.
Yeah. I guess there's like some attempt at balance with they're often vulnerable to crits and electric damage, but that's not a blanket across the board thing. Yeah, they're also immune to bleed, fatigue, etc., etc. Because, they're robots. Well, she'll be back.
Any effect that requires a fortitude save, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I could make the area around it difficult terrain for, like, around.
Yeah, but it's flying.
Is it flying? Did she say
I
it was
assume
flying?
so.
You can, in fact, target flying.
Like it has legs.
Liz is Nick and Nick. Liz is Nick and Liz. Yes.
Liz is only half.
Yeah. She's Lick. She is Niz. Yeah.
Neither of those sound good.
Neither of those are great. No, sorry. I'm sorry I brought that.
I could see a Yusoki named Niz.
Yeah, Niz is a cute name.
Welcome back, Nick.
I return.
Hello.
You'll have to turn on your
Niz.
camera in order for the windows to reorient.
Sorry. There we go.
Hooray.
Sorry about that. I am
Quite all right.
way looking forward to being off of my MacBook one of these days soon. Please hold while I open everything again.
Uh-huh.
I never intended for this MacBook to be my primary computer. And I finally got my tower working, but my webcam is not here, so it doesn't do me much good for running the game, sadly.
I'm getting a little bit of clickiness from your
I have
audio.
to-
Do you want to restart
Yeah.
your unplug?
Oh, great. Yeah, hold on.
So anyway, to expound on construct things. Oh, never mind.
Oof.
I think the only thing useful I can do is that difficult terrain thing. So that's what we'll do. We'll give it.
Well, but you didn't know about the thing, the fortitude save thing in character, right?
True, but I think it's reasonable to do.
Decided
Okay,
to switch
stay over there.
everything.
All right.
Oh. What was that, Nick?
Hopefully the clickiness is gone.
Relatively.
Relatively.
Sorry about the
so
technical
is this-
difficulties, everybody.
Yeah. Is this robot
Yeah.
flying or walking or what?
It fired a sticky bomb grenade at you.
Yeah, but like, is it standing? Is it hovering?
It's walking. Yes.
Okay.
No,
great.
it's not hovering.
All right. So,
It has legs.
so Adelaide will pull on the fabric of space and time, and suddenly, in a 10-foot radius around, well, actually 10 feet in between us and the creature, it suddenly becomes dense bog. Like there's like a tree and rushes and lots of thick mud. So it's difficult terrain.
And what radius is that in?
I still have to I need a radius. I have to be enrolled to this.
Oh, sorry.
Nick is now-
The audio is
Nick
getting
is now
worse.
a drunk robot.
All right. Discord is being
You
weird.
have a
I will be-
bike.
What? What about a bike, Leaf?
Have you ever taken a walk beneath the deep blue sky?
Yes, I love that.
I
Wait,
still
what is
don't
it
know
from?
Someone slow down.
Alright.
William Freak's.
Oh, she's back. Wait, no, she's back.
Is it
Right.
better now?
Yes,
Did
it's
that
It
okay.
is
fix
better. Oh.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah, it's because I didn't close Discord before I unplugged it. I tried to be clever and just unplug it.
okay.
Praise
And then-
William Frakes.
All right. So
Right.
Adelaide created difficult terrain. What's the radius of the difficult terrain?
10. So
So a 10-foot radius. Oh, that's nice.
yeah.
That's big.
Where do you want it centered? It would be one square bigger, actually.
And it has to be centered on a vertex, like this one.
I imagine.
Am I going to have to? I'm going to have to redraw this, huh? I get the feeling I can't see it yet, but I get the feeling this is not a correct 10-foot radius.
Or just delete
You
it.
are- You are correct.
Yeah, I don't know actually.
Here,
Did we
ready?
used to have shapes?
We did.
I
You
don't-
did.
I don't know things. I'm bad at
I haven't
this.
put them in here, but I should do that. You're absolutely
Okay.
right. I didn't.
That's okay. Someday.
That.
Yes.
It didn't occur to me that we had a caster who wasn't going to do it,
You want to put it there
and I haven't had
In
a
the-
caster
in the
yet.
green? in the green outline?
Hey,
I like
there we go.
Oh, what
The
about
green
the
outline is
gray?
perfect.
Oh,
Oh yes, radiuses are not circles.
Radiuses aren't circles in this system.
Yeah. Because otherwise you get into argument. Well, they are circles, but the effective area has pointed corners so that you don't argue with your GM about, but they're in it. Look, they're like half in the circle.
Yeah, it's above 50%. If you look at like which ones are more than 50%, then it exactly matches the square thing.
Yeah. All right. So in that green box is where you want to put it? Yes? Liz, you're muted.
Liz is chewing ice.
Mute.
But yes.
Oh.
yes.
Did you want to move at all?
I was nodding furiously.
You're slow-mo.
Yeah, but your frame rate is 2.
Oh dear. Don't
Don't worry, Liz. Don't worry about it. It's been 2 the whole time.
Oh, well, that significantly decreases a lot of my goofs. Okay, so
Jam
she's
that
gonna
cheer button,
move.
folks. Get Liz a new mic or a new webcam.
Oh gosh.
I suspect it isn't the webcam. I suspect it's just the computer.
Do you do
Adelaide
anything
moved
else
over
with your
here.
turn?
That's it. Done.
That's it? All right. That was the longest turn ever because my stupid MacBook is stupid. Iris.
All right. So important, just vital question. Did Iris have enough time to rest, or you know what? We're just we're gonna for funsies say no. Iris did not have enough time to rest. They were doing other things.
Well, Adelaide did take a rest of necessity,
Indeed.
so any of us
But
could
Iris-
have taken a rest.
But Iris was busy confronting. You know, just work with me here.
I work
He
with
does
you.
not want to have rested. He doesn't have to.
Yeah, so Iris is gonna go ahead and move back there for some cover, and then, and in doing so, draw their pulsecaster rifle and fire for.
That's an unarmed
17
strike.
to hit. That is, yeah. What? Hold on.
But
Dang it.
keep that die roll, because
I was gonna say,
you know.
keep that die roll. I'll roll you my So that's actually 19 to hit EAC, and it's 1d6. Let me roll that.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit.
Hey, for max damage. It is non-lethal though, so if that affects this machine at all, there you go. Here, I'm gonna just roll this just so you have my. Actually, no, I don't have anything else really in there that you need. Never mind. Yeah, it's just non-lethal.
I just realized that's going to be a huge problem. It's immune to non-lethal, right?
Yes, constructs are.
They're immune to non-lethal.
Are indeed.
Right.
Your what? That's an unarmed strike.
No, but he rolled a 16 on the die, and he added
okay.
his bonuses in, and yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so it bounces harmlessly off of the robot.
Robot.
Ogden.
All right. Well, Ogden is going to try and do a thing. Ogden draws his cost eject liquidator cost eject pistol, whatever it is, which is acid damage, and is going to use a biohack. Oh, good. It's just in range. We're going to give it a -2 to its AC, I think. So he's going to shoot. And hiya. And he's going to miss with a 6 on the die for a total of 8. That's not factoring in my... It's not factoring in my bonus, but it's a 9 anyway. Sorry. So that's going to miss.
Not enough.
Shot goes wide, and that is my turn.
Oh, no. All right.
I'll do a very minor retcon here because the pistol that I said that Lasco pulled out is non-lethal also, and since you can't really knock robots, oh no, who did we lose?
Oh, we lost the leaf.
Wow, it's a real game of musical chairs over here.
He's back.
I can't let you retcon it because you didn't check. You didn't do a recall. You realized that it was immune to non-lethal when Iris's shot bounced off of it.
Got it. Okay. Then Lasco will grit his teeth and draw a baton. A tactical baton, his only lethal weapon. And move away from grenade range. I guess I'll go over. And no great cover is there.
Not really.
All these boxes are good cover.
Yeah, but there's no cover that is away from other people. Leska will dash out from behind this box and leap over that barrel and hide behind it. Well, take cover behind it. End of turn.
All right. This robot is going to go 5, 10, 15. To get a shot at Iris. Come on, MacBook. I believe in you. With this pistol that has mounted on its head. Oh, but it misses horribly. Adelaide.
Nice.
Well, Adelaide is disappointed, but it doesn't really matter because the swampland disappears, and she's going to double move in order to crouch down by the mercenary. Okay. And when she can, she will go through his pockets for weapons.
All right, next turn you can go through his pockets. Iris, your last shot bounced harmlessly off this robot.
Indeed. So I guess we're moving up to engage him in unarmed combat. Yay!
You did take that carbine, that ice carbine.
Yeah, you do have the ice carbine.
Okay, I suppose. Well, either way, would a 13 have hit its KAC?
A 13 will not hit its KAC. I presume you drop the rifle that you were holding and pull out the ice carbine with your move action? Okay. Ogden.
All right, Ogden is going to, he'll scan this thing with his custom microlab. Since it is an unliving thing, it's a physical science check, which is it results in a 27.
Don't you get to just take a 20 as a move? Oh, that's because your microlab scan. Yes.
Yep. So you'll notice I made it a 20 instead of a D20.
Yeah. Nice. This is an incapacitator robot. They're designed to, take people in non-lethally, knock people out and bring them to justice generally, favored by bounty hunters and the like. And bounty hunters and security agencies of all sorts. They have integrated weapons. They are unflankable. They have construct immunities. Now you know construct immunities. Bleed, death effects, disease, mind affecting, necromancy, paralysis, poison, sleep, and stunning. Ability damage, ability drain, energy drain, exhaustion, fatigue, negative levels, and non-lethal damage. And any effect that requires a fortitude save unless it works on objects or it is harmless. It is, however, vulnerable to crits and electricity.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to have to crit it this turn then. So...
Live the dream, man.
Hey, one of these days I'm going to say that, and it's actually going to happen, and it's going to be really exciting. So Ogden will then take a shot with his cost eject. We're going to try and impose another -2 penalty to AC. And it's a little better.
But still a miss.
11 versus EAC curses. All right, that's 2 biohacks down the drain. Guys, we got to start rolling better, or else this thing's going to incapacitate all of us.
Audience, they might need your help. Oh, Jack gave you a nat 20 whenever you guys want to use it. Lasco,
seeing his chance, dashes out of cover, brandishing this baton, gets just in range. Lesko seems like very fast. I'm not even sure if Ms. Fortwith has like seen him in like combat very much.
Probably not.
But yeah, surprising no one. I rolled another fast character.
What? No way.
And does a trick attack.
Thank you, Chaos, for the +1 and a reroll.
Successful trick attack and an
That
attack.
is, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, let's sit on that. That's a 7 damage, and they're flat. Oh, right. I don't have debilitating, so 7 damage.
Nice. Very nice. You bopped that robot good.
Good.
The robot has now decided you were the most threatening target.
Uh-oh.
It's going to slam you.
That can't
it's
be
going
right.
to Slam you twice as you are up in its face. Does a 14 hit your KAC?
Nope. Mr. Lasko dodges nimbly out of the way, whirling his tie swirling around like a scarf.
All right. Well, then in that case, both of them hit.
Oh, sorry.
Both of them
Hold on.
miss.
My ACs are low. What did you say? 14 EAC or KAC?
KAC.
Misses just barely. Nice.
Nice. Then in that case, both of them miss, and it is Adelaide's turn.
All right. What kind of weapons can I find on this incapacitated vest?
Yes, on the vest. Going through his pockets. Let me find Trostinek's pockets real quick.
Pistol.
Electric pistol. Level 20 heavy electric rifle.
He does not appear to have any weapons on him, which is odd.
Curious
Kind of a bounty hunter, is he?
But you do feel a key card in his pocket. I mean, he probably didn't think he needed them.
He's a Vesk. He's got natural weapons.
Yeah.
As all Vesk do.
You guys were just telling me last week that Starfinder is like a brutal universe where everyone kind of expects to be attacked at all times.
Yeah, I mean, but you don't really. Yeah, it is.
Also, Leaf, not all Vesk. Not all Vesk have claws.
But yeah, he's not carrying any weapons on his person at the moment. You do feel a key card in his pocket if you want to make a sleight of hand to try and pull it out without waking him.
Oh, you're useless. And she stands up and Kronk.
You should have a standard action if you want it.
Yeah, I know. And casts Infinite Worlds again.
Maybe that might be harder because we are surrounding it.
Yeah. I don't.
But I mean, so I was going to put it. Oh wait, no, and there's a wall, and you know what?
I mean, yeah, you can put it up to the wall, but
I don't suppose you took Hazard.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
And you know what? She just looks for a waste bin and throws her standard action in.
Oh no!
Thanks.
Because I mean, I can't do anything.
Standard. This is too much.
Oh my god.
That's my favorite move.
You know, as a charisma type build, you can use a standard action to create a distraction so that your friends can hide. You can use a standard action to demoralize. You could make your way over and grab Iris's dropped gun and provide covering fire or harrying fire.
That's true.
Damage anyway.
It is a long arm.
I mean, you still only have to hit a 15.
Yeah. Okay. So hold on. Fine. I've moved here, and that's all I can do.
Okay. Iris. Demoralizes. Mind affecting. I don't think you can demoralize a robot.
No, I was going to say. Well,
Demoralize is not mind affecting.
No, it's not. We can demoralize robots.
Here's the damage. Oh, yes.
Oh, nice.
1 damage with that ice carbine.
Nice. 1 damage.
Yes.
Would you like to move at all?
No, and come to think of it, I should have full attacked, but oh well.
All right. Ogden.
Alrighty,
I mean, you can also
Ogden.
use your move action to kick your other rifle toward Adelaide if you notice her over there.
No.
No?
Okay.
No?
Well.
Sure.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Then Ogden is going to keep this train rolling, and he's gonna cash in on that crit that Jet gave us, just because he really wants to give this thing a -2 to AC and also do extra acid damage to it. So
How long
Here's-
All right,
here
mark
goes.
off your net 20.
What
Oh,
was that,
extra
Simon?
damage and a thing?
How long will the penalty last?
My friend,
the rest of it's robotic life.
Worth.
I encourage you to go and reread about the Costajet. You can either deal damage or apply a biohack.
No, that can't be right.
Oh no.
But go read because it is.
Read some other time.
Why are you bringing this up in the middle of a combat, man?
I mean, turnabout's fair play.
He wants to piss on your parade,
For
I guess.
now, please roll me.
Damage and the biohack, or damage alone, or what?
Go ahead and give me damage and the biohack, because you guys are having trouble putting
Alright.
damage on this thing.
Thanks.
For the time being, and we'll check it.
Okay. I crit. Take 7 points of damage times 1.5 for vulnerability to crits, and I will read up in the interest of fairness. On
Yeah,
this
go ahead
thing.
and check. And it's got what kind of a biohack?
The -2 penalty to AC.
Got it.
Until the end of days.
We'll
Yeah,
use
basically.
this break. All right. But yes, please do go check that. For now,
I am. Yes.
it magically did damage, whether it's allowed to or not. Lasco.
Lasco will trick attack in place and smack it with another tactical baton. I mean, well, the same tactical baton, but its CR is probably above 0, so that's a failure trick attack, but that's a failure to hit. So Lasco misses.
Just gets it right between where its body ends and its legs begin. It just sort of whoosh right in between. The incapacitator now thinks Ogden is the biggest threat. It moves down here to smash
That
Ogden.
provokes.
It does. And you miss again. Ogden, it hits you for 11 bludgeoning damage.
Oh God.
And grabs you. It's non-lethal.
Okay. That's all my stamina gone, and
it has grabbing.
6 more health gone. So nope, -1 more. And I am grabbed. Yes, I understand.
It is hugging you tightly with its arms.
Update. The cost eject, because this was brought up, the cost eject takes syringes and injects you with the material while not doing acid damage. However, biohacks are nowhere ever stated that they are syringes. It is just something that you add on top of an attack.
Well, then you can't load them in there because it's the syringe that allows you to inject stuff.
They are
Biohacks
syringes.
No,
Syringes can be loaded into these
Yeah,
weapons,
all right.
allowing other material to be quickly injected instead of acid. So, I don't know. Doesn't read that way to me.
Let's discuss it after the.
Yeah,
after the
we'll
game.
let's play it as is for now. And I'll look into these rules and make a ruling after the game. Okay.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right.
We need every
Adelaide.
cheat we can get to deal with this darn robot.
Yeah, I really don't want
don't
you guys
believe I'm
to get
cheating.
Yeah.
down by this robot. So
Yeah, I really don't want us to
For the
get killed
time-
by this robot either.
for the time
It'd be
being,
really embarrassing.
let's make the generous rule, and if we need to change it, we will.
Okay. Well, it won't bleed, but it should still take damage if I cast. Oh crap! I need to move.
There's a box between you and it. Yeah, you can't see it.
Can I see it now?
Yes.
Okay. I cast Puncture Veil.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I can only do it as standard because I had to move. How'd I do?
Let's see. It's standard action. It doesn't get a save, huh?
Nope.
It just happens. Witch Warper Magic Missile. 4 damage. Nice. To the robot. Iris.
Full
Iris,
attack
have you
for
said
you.
Cool.
Oh, that's a crit.
That is
Nice.
a crit. Very nice. So you'll do 7. Your damage is different on this one, I see.
Yeah.
So the first one at 11 is going to miss, but you'll still do 4 damage to it. All right. Ogden, you are grabbed.
All right. Believe it or not, acrobatics is not one of Ogden's strong suits as a biohacker.
I believe it.
The good news
Yeah.
is now it's close enough you can just stab it with shit.
That's true. So Ogden drops his questionable pistol and draws a syringe and is going to try and stab it. Syringe stick, specifically, the weapon, not just the little consumable that biohackers can make.
Mm-hmm.
So an 11 versus KAC will miss, even with its -2 penalty to its AC, and we move on.
Yep. All right. Lasco. It's hugging Ogden.
Lasco chases the robot down. Trick attack. Success.
Yep.
Wallop with baton. Ooh, do I want to use that reroll? Those are bad rolls. I'm going to save the reroll for someone else. 13, and it's unflankable, right?
It is unflankable.
Does a 13
it is
hit
flat-footed from
yeah,
your trick.
Yeah, flat-footed. Does that hit? Does 13 hit KAC?
It's got a -2 to its KAC.
Right, forgot about the -2. Yes. Yes. Tell me yes.
Yes, that'll hit.
Yes.
For 1, 2, 3 bludgeoning damage.
Three bludgeoning.
All right. The robot is not happy with either of you, honestly. But Lasco did more damage, so it will release Ogden and attempt to grab Lasco again. Full round. Oh, and it misses both times. It just cannot get Lasco for some reason. Adelaide.
Lasco dodges left, then right. Adelaide sprints in from the other room.
Liz, you need to unmute, I think. Oh, gosh, you need to unmute.
Interesting. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, well, so Adelaide is going to cast Puncture Veil one last time with her last spell slot, and with her full action. Let's see how that works. Yeah.
Nice. 5 damage to the robot.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty beat up, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Iris.
For a double shot, but there's only one in there, so fires once for 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Alright, here comes damage.
Nice
7.
damage.
Nice. Iris, with a well-placed shot, shatters its battery, and the robot crumples to the floor, powering down. Probably.
Lasco breathes heavily and steps back, wiping his brow with a handkerchief.
That was difficult. Ogden will, after that, rush over to Trostanek, check on him with his med kit microlab thing.
He appears to just be unconscious but stable.
Okay. Ogden will treat deadly wounds and try and wake him up.
Okay.
Getting a nat 20.
Nice. That'll do it. Trostanek wakes up. And he sort of takes a swipe at you and then realizes what he's done. But
Whoa.
what?
It's okay. It's okay.
His eyes fall on the destroyed robot. Oh, I see that you took care of the problem.
What happened exactly?
With the security chief missing, I thought maybe my robot pal would be helpful in restraining any culprit that turned up. When I opened the crate and turned on the bot, it went berserk and punched me. A lot. Someone must have tampered with it.
There's been a lot of that going on lately.
Indeed.
Who knew that it was down here?
Me, Algaida, anybody who had access to the manifest.
I guess Lasco will inspect the bot and see if he can figure out anything about, I don't know, any telltale signs, who hacked it or when.
Yeah, let me see.
Go on an engineering check, computer check, or do you want to just tell me because the narrative demands it? It's all your call.
Give me computers or engineering.
Same number. 25.
Nice. Yeah, you can tell that it has, in fact, been tampered with. The programming has been corrupted so that it treats all nearby living creatures as viable targets for attack. That is 5 or more. It seems someone hacked the robot's aggression settings. A hard reboot, shutting down the robot and reactivating it could fix such an alteration. As a method of sabotage, it was very short term.
Why would someone?
If I'd done that this will hurt me physically, but if I'd done that during combat, could I have reset it during combat?
It's pretty hard to turn off and back on again a robot that's attacking you.
That makes me feel better. Carry on, Liz.
Who would have wanted to hurt you?
I don't know.
Perhaps whoever hurt the captain and disappeared the security chief.
Well, now we've had an attack. We've had multiple attacks against us from a mechanical means. I'm not liking that engineer as much as I did 24 hours ago.
I really think that everyone we've spoken to seems on the up and up, as far as I can tell. I think the person who I most suspect is the person who we haven't spoken to. The captain. Well, I guess also Song, but I don't know. I don't see it.
Yes, I don't see Song being capable of mechanical sabotage. But then the captain hasn't demonstrated any such abilities either.
We haven't spoken to the captain. The 5 of us should go up there and speak with the first mate with this new evidence.
I don't know.
Sense motive. Let's see if he actually was coming down to activate his robot for the reasons that he said he was.
I mean, you haven't let him say anything.
He was about to say something.
But the sense motive on if that's why he was actually here seems legit.
Okay.
I don't know if it's even worth mentioning, but I saw Kiv the engineer heading towards the engineering deck last night. I didn't think anything of it at the time. After all, it's part of the job, right? But it was very late. And the Chimera's problems, I don't know, maybe Kiv knows something.
Were you going to investigate Kiv with your robot? beside you? Was that why you got your robot out?
I just figured it could be helpful. I wasn't looking to investigate anyone specifically.
What's your relationship with the security officer?
She's a friend.
Just a friend?
Yeah, what of it?
We are looking into the officer's disappearance. We haven't seen her. She hasn't been seen in the past 12 hours, 24 hours. It's a small ship. We're looking for her, and we're wondering if you would have any information.
Well, there was also that. Should we bring up the other conversation that we heard?
Yeah, I was going to pitch that in as well. You've also been seen having secretive conversations with her.
Secretive?
Specifically, you mentioned, she and you both mentioned some sort of plan.
I don't have any plans with Algaida.
Sense motive.
Yeah, that one, Ogden will jump in. On
I feel like,
as well.
what's his face?
Yeah, we have like direct evidence against what he's saying.
Got a 20 as the highest, it looks like. Yes.
I mean, he seems actually like relatively taken aback that you would think he had plans with Algaida.
Weird.
I mean, you guys did hear them like having an argument about some kind of a plan, which contradicts this, but he does seem honest. He doesn't have any sort of tell.
Do you not remember having a conversation with her at X o'clock yesterday?
Oh, that argument? Yeah, she was just trying to get me to install some upgrades in my robot. I don't need them. I can handle the bounties myself. The robot's just for bringing them in alive when the client doesn't want too much blood. Maybe Algaida is responsible for this thing going crazy, though. Wanted to prove me wrong.
It did lay you out.
It did.
Is Algaida... would she have the ability to do that? Is she technically savvy?
No, I was just thinking out loud. I don't know.
But you said that she was trying to get you to upgrade the robot. Was she proposing that she do it herself?
No.
Ogden will wander over and examine the crate.
It's just a standard shipping crate.
While this is happening. Okay. No evidence lying around. No. It was me. I did it. Notes.
Nope.
'Twas I who set the house ablaze.
Okay.
Sorry, this still doesn't line up. Like, we know... What was the wording?
It's
I
too
guess
risky.
What was that? Oh,
He
yeah.
said it was too risky.
Right. And also, like, the hobgoblin gave the bit about, I know what you're up to, and you won't disrupt our plan, right?
Yeah.
And we also
bring
heard
that
her
up.
talking to this guy about their plan, right? Okay, so I present that evidence in a much more suave way than I just did. And how does he respond?
Okay. He says, listen, that argument was the last I saw of her.
But what were you arguing about?
Like I said, we were arguing about the robot.
That doesn't make sense with the other evidence we've heard.
I don't know what to tell you.
How long have you known her?
A few days.
Really, that's it.
How did you meet?
Not that it's any of your business, but we met in a bar.
I give the name of the bar that the goblins gave to us.
Yep, that's the one.
And so you met, maybe.
Leaf dead.
What?
Said, is Leaf dead? It's been very
No.
quiet.
He got up. I think he may be.
He's here.
He's not feeling well. Oh. Oh, I think he might be frozen.
Yeah, his frame is unmoving.
Yeah, that's why
Oh.
I flipped back over here to check. I think Leaf froze out on us.
Oh no.
Let me ping him.
Are you? Oh.
Okay. He must still be able to
He's
hear
signed
us.
out, so yeah.
So he'll be back. I was just like, you guys are questioning a guy, and Leaf hasn't said anything. That's weird.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So hopefully Leaf will be back shortly.
Ogden will say, so you met at the bar, and then that could explain why I saw. I don't know. It feels stupid to like bring up. I saw you wink at her when you were getting on the ship, but like that's the only other thing we got on this guy, and he's being legitimately he's
man,
stonewalling
aren't
us.
you?
He is. He is indeed.
Has it ever gotten you into trouble before?
What? Talking to people at bars? Sure. Lots of times.
What tends to happen?
You want to know what happens every time I go to a bar?
Only when you talk to somebody at a bar and get in trouble.
Lainey, if you don't know what happens at bars, I think you need to get a life.
So, you picked her up in a bar and you slept together.
That a
Is that accurate?
crime?
I don't really care one way or the other. But it is information that you didn't give it to us directly when we asked so very nicely. So now I'm afraid that some of our relationship has been soured.
And you think I really cared about being your friend in the first place?
Probably
Things happen
not.
to my friends. Bad things happen to
But-
my enemies.
Someone is missing right now, and we're just trying to figure out what's going on this ship. A lot of things are happening. It is clear that there is foul play at play here.
A Leaf returns.
Welcome back, Leaf.
Maybe.
I hear
Here, like the
a
mic
thump.
coming on.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
Hello? No?
I'm
Hello.
sorry, audience, for our technical problems today.
Yeah,
We
it's
can
just
hear you.
been awful today.
We're having just the worst luck we've ever had.
Easily.
Leaf, can you hear us?
Yes.
Excellent.
Excellent. Welcome back.
So we got the Vesk to admit that he slept with the security officer.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem germane to the case.
Leaf,
no, a lot
you
of
need
this
to
just seems.
turn your camera back on to get the overlay right again. It bumps you to the end of the order with your camera off.
Right now, Simon is the only one in the right spot.
Somehow.
It's because he set it up.
There it is.
Yeah. There we go. Much better.
I just assumed it came right back on with everything else.
No. No, it doesn't. All right. Yes, you guys did get him to admit that.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem that germane. Like, why don't you come with us to talk to the engineer? If you saw him going into the engineering wing, that contradicts with what he told us.
At this point, you hear the sound, some commotion reaches your ears, and Song comes busting into the room. Help! The goblins are tearing things apart, and I can't find anybody anywhere. Help! You have to put a stop to their shenanigans. Next time.
Oh, alrighty.
I see.
we'll pick back up there next week. You guys will be level 2.
Level 2, doubling our capabilities.
Best news I've heard all day.
As you go to deal with these goblins and close out the little that remains of this mystery, or so it would seem.
Perhaps this is just the first fold.
It's like, I don't think this is even quite a fold. This isn't even a fold yet, man. There's
Like
so
a
many
This is the
wrinkle.
first crease.
This is just like a wrinkle in the mystery that you guys have barely caught yet. Hopefully, I'm not frustrating you too much with the little weirdness.
No, I think
bits.
the weirdness is interesting. I think the biggest thing is that we're still learning how to work as a team to investigate things.
Yeah. I run into the problem as the GM that y'all are just too damn clever. I'm like, God, I can't even ask them to roll. They already figured it out.
Yeah, I don't know. There's also things with the writing of and clues and whatnot, but
Yeah, I wish it hadn't let you get that it was Kasatha blood.
Yeah.
Like,
if I didn't know it was, if I didn't know it was Kasatha blood, we wouldn't know that this was the Yep.
Yeah, they should not have told us that. I put that firmly in the book.
Or we find it when there's nothing else to do. But this is moot.
Yep.
Because we found it. But yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And you guys did exactly what intrepid investigators should do, which was like, there's only one Kasatha on this ship. We need to talk to him. And I'm over here scrambling like, oh god. And now you guys are way on to the
Not time yet.
So I'm gonna throw some goblins at you. I think is the good solution here.
Oh yeah, sure. Goblins
push-
are distracting.
I'm out of spells, but sure, fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. That was gonna be a thing. Because how fast you guys push the mystery forward. If you'd taken a little bit more time pushing things, then you would have been.
Oh, so it's
been able to
my
have-
fault.
Well, I mean, you guys could have taken as much time as you wanted, but you know. you guys-
Yeah, we should have just had one conversation per day so that Adelaide was fresh for each potential fight.
Yeah.
Spellcasters, man.
Yeah.
Spellcast.
No worries. That's just sort of the way it goes, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, thank you for running, Nick.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Thank you guys for, putting up with my low energy self while I'm having this autoimmune crap going on.
Yeah, how dare you?
Yeah, you did all good. Don't worry about it.
Thank you, the viewer, for putting up with our technical difficulties.
Yeah, sorry
quite
everyone
unavoidable.
for the technical difficulties today. The internet is apparently conspiring against us.
Yeah.
That is the first fold.
That's the first one right there. That the internet is conspiring against us.
Yeah, we're dealing with some things about, since we have like 2 streams now. There was some like there was like some work that I failed to do in like separating out the 2 workspaces. I was like, oh, all the background's blue and has the wrong names.
But that is a great segue to tell you about our other show. When does it air?
Thursday nights at 5 Pacific. We're running a Starfinder adaptation of Rise of the Rune Lords, which is a lot of fun. If you like this show, definitely tune in for that show. I think you'll really like it.
Yeah, who all is in that show? It's you.
Hello, it's me.
Jed is running it. Tom and I are playing along with Leaf and Lapis, our other newbie.
Ooh.
Yeah. some
2 fresh
faces.
faces.
Oh, yes, that's right.
She's not really a baby. She's as old as Tom.
She'll always be the baby sister, though. That's how that works.
She'll be a baby forever. She can't get away from it.
Haha.
As always,
Yes.
new Cosmic Crit tonight. We would like to make a big shout out to Seth, even though he's not on the show anymore. He did create all of our wonderful art assets. And something we should have been shouting out since the beginning of time. Thank you to Tom for doing our theme music. We don't shout him out nearly often enough.
Well, I thank you. It's not really our theme music. It's our interlude music, but I might have something cooking.
The intro and the "We'll Be Right Back" music and our outro music, plus one that you guys never hear because it sounds like Space Polka, but we like it. Also,
it does sound like Space Polka, yeah.
I accidentally created Space Polka. I'm sorry, okay?
It's great. I love it. I really want to work it into something.
I'm really fond of it too.
One of these days, maybe for like a circus themed something. I don't know.
We just did Rise of the Rune Lords opening.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Space Polka for Rise of the Star Lords. That's not a bad idea.
Just do a quick Starfinder adaptation of the Extinction Curse PF2AP. Easy peasy.
Quick.
Oh yeah, easy. No problem.
Easy. Pathfinder 2 is not that different. It's
No.
different. Yeah, so come back next week, and these guys will deal with these goblins and maybe figure out
Or
what
possibly
the heck
all
the
get killed. Who knows?
is doing up there. They'll be level 2, which is exciting. All that and more next week on Threefold Conspiracy here. All right. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye,
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Everyone.
Take care of yourselves, everybody.